Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2. 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 Put it to 13 decibels. Mic check 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Miggity miggity. Mic check 1 2. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Random show episode number 467, I think it is. Is it 467? Oh, I've got it confused. Bear with me 1 second. Got to switch over from my different account. Get it all going. But we're day 4 now. Day 4 of 31. Day 4 of 31. We're here, bro. We're going for it. We're going for it. By the time Monday comes around, it's fucking day 5. For episode number 467 of the random show. This is day 4 of 41. The last attempt at this flipping marathon is going to be the last one because we're going to hit it right at the end. I cannot fucking wait. Thank you for joining me once again. It's going to be a marvelous time. It's going to be a fun time. Just to let you guys know, FYI, I have added timestamps to all the last 3 days. The past 3 days timestamps have been added. Apologies, I did it so late. I'm going to do them after every stream. Now I'm going to do them after every stream. Just make sure they get done. But I did notice the past 3 days, bro, I've been falling asleep, bro. The past 3 days I've been waning. I've been giving you guys subpar streams the past 3 days. I think after about an hour and a half, I think the first hour is usually pretty decent. Of the last 3 I've been seeing, I've been doing timestamps. But then as soon as it hits that hour 30 mark, my energy levels start to dip and I start to get fucking sleepy. I start to get real unique-y. So we're not going to do that today. We're going to power through. We've got good beverages ready to go. We've got fucking espresso. We've got fucking cold brews in the fridge ready to fucking get chugged. And we are going to go for it. A proper solid stream today. No tiredness, no wavering, no flipping Percocet induced fucking comas and shit. No fucking drawling, no silences. No, because I've noticed I got this like death stare that I do when I'm fucking tired of just staring at the camera. You know what I mean? I'm not sure what I'm doing there. Obviously the mumbling is fucking brilliant. It's actually, no, I actually want to wonder what's happening to my brain, because I noticed an hour in, like, you know, maybe still towards the end when I'm really tired, I can see myself dozing off. No, but I see myself trailing off in thought. So I'll talk about a clip, but then I'll start talking about something else. So I wonder what that's about. I wonder what's that about cognitively? What's going on there? Like, I wonder what that's about, because I start talking about a clip. Like, if I'm talking about a clip of like Brandon doing something dumb, I'll start talking about it, and then 2 minutes into that kind of like ramble, I'll then start talking about something else that has nothing to do with the clip I was talking about. But I can't figure out what the connection is between what I'm looking at or what I reacted to and what I added on at the end. You know, it's like a random, I don't know where I get that from. It's like a random place. It's super freaky. But it's quite fun to look at, but kind of sad. So apologies for those of you that have been here the last 3 days, or the past 3 days, or the last 3 days, and had a bit of, you know, what I would deem to be subpar content. We're going to flipping ram it up this stream. We're going to hit it in terms of quality, hit it out of the park, hit it out of the park in terms of energy, hit it out of the park in terms of flipping vibes, and we're going to do it. You get me? So big up everybody. Appreciate you. Thank you. And apologies once again for some subpar streams last 3 days. But no excuse really, but I've been really tired, mostly because I've been working out a bunch, and I'm actually fasting a lot now as well, because we're hitting into Q4. We're hitting into Q4 of the year. And a lot of the goals I had listed down, I haven't really hit them yet. I'm getting into panic mode, so I'm starting to fucking hit them really hard. But obviously, when you start going really hard in certain things, it sometimes can, you know, have adverse effects. And I think my energy levels are one of them. So I'm starting to get a bit more tired when I don't. Because before, when I was running on fucking, you know, bad stuff, I could go on until 8 in the morning. But now that I'm actually being somewhat clean and living a pure Christian, Sophie Rain type of lifestyle, now all of a sudden, you know, my energy levels are dipping. It's fucking crazy, isn't it? You do all the bad stuff and then suddenly you can go on for fucking 10 hours. But you do all the good stuff and then suddenly you can't fucking go on for 2 hours without fucking dozing off. The struggles and the pains of being a content creator. The struggles and pain of yapping on the internet, eh? The struggles and pain of yapping on the internet. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get right into the show. Big up. Oh, actually, let me get the thing. Sorry, I forgot to put this up as well. But in the stream chat, big up all the members in the stream chat. I see you, LB. I see you, Strange Cloud. I see you, Noodles. I see you, Wagwan Noodles. Long time. What's going on, LB? I see you in the chat. Where are the members at? Big up James Bank. I saw you. Coil. I saw you earlier. What's going on, GG? Hope you're all good. Again, remember we're trying to hit 500 members by the end of the fucking 31 days. We're trying to hit 500 members by the end of the 31 days. So make sure you fucking smash that and get it done, yeah? So become a member, join and become a member. There's a link in the description down below. You know what to do. You know what to do. Big up Jack Donny Jr. Sleep is not optional when living a healthy lifestyle. It's the DJs that don't need sleep. That's the thing though with me though, brother, man. Like, I've got a weird relationship with sleep. I'm not gonna lie. I've got a weird relationship with sleep. I don't need that much sleep to keep going. And I'm also one of those weird freaks that likes to get as much as I can out of the day. I want to get as much as I can out of one day, and sometimes I don't prioritize my sleep. I prioritize when I'm awake so I can get things done. Obviously, it's counterintuitive because if you're awake and you haven't got a lot of sleep, you're not gonna be able to be at your best. But I've been like this for a long time, so I'll usually prioritize. My priorities are all out of whack, so I'll prefer to sleep 4 to 6 hours and then be up the rest of it doing what I'm doing, then sleep 8 hours, and then you know what I mean. So I can't remember the last time I got 8 hours sleep. The minimum I do is like, I say minimum is probably like 7, but I usually always get about 5 to 7 hours of sleep. That's about the maximum time that I get. I've never done the 8. I usually get 5 to 7 hours out of sleep, but these days it's been a bit crazy. Maybe it's been a bit 4. You know, there's been some 4s there, which is not a good thing. But you know, I guess we'll get it one step at a time. The best thing possible is that I'm living a somewhat healthy lifestyle now. That's the first thing. First steps, you know, baby steps, and then we'll kind of work up to the sleep thing. Big up, Absurd. Appreciate Absurd. We're here, man. This is the last go. We're gonna smash it. This is the last go. We're gonna fucking smash it right to the end. You get me? We're gonna kill it. Let's go. So first things first. Quick update regarding SYKO Stew. Courtesy of the Twitter account FearedBuck. It said SYKO Stew has made his first post announcing that he's been released from hospital and is now resting at home. So SYKO Stew is now back at home. I think that's probably an updated picture of him. I'm assuming. It does look like he got his bell rung. It does look like he's missing some teeth. Looks a little bit fucked up, to be honest. So get well soon to SYKO Stew. This is a statement courtesy, I'm assuming, of him or maybe his family on Facebook or Twitter, I think, or Instagram. No, Facebook, I think that might be an update on Facebook. So this is from Stuart Smith's account, aka SYKO Stew, I'm assuming. It says Stuart has been released from hospital and is now home resting. He sustained a serious head injury, was unconscious upon arrival at ER. His injuries include trauma to both upper and lower jaws, a laceration on his lip, a fracture of the maxial bone. What the fuck is a maxial bone? What is a maxilla? What's the maxilla bone? Oh my god. The maxilla bone is the bone that forms the upper jaw and contributes to the face's structure. Includes the roof of the mouth. Oh my god, that's gotta be painful. Oh, that's like behind the nose, isn't it? Under the eye. Oh my god. Includes the roof of the mouth and the nasal cavity and parts of the eye socket. A significant facial bone as it houses the upper teeth and is crucial for functions such as chewing, mastication, and speaking and facial expressions. Oh my god. Honestly, man, extended prayers and strength to SYKO Stew. Could you imagine how painful that must be? And honestly, I'm such a fucking idiot, innit? Didn't I say when I reacted to this that the silver lining was that maybe a thin silver lining that I was trying to pull out from the situation was like, thank God that fucking Raja didn't hit him with elbows and shit. Do you remember when I said that? I said, oh yeah, thank God he didn't hit with the elbow. So maybe because if he would have hit me with elbows, it would have probably been worse. It didn't matter, man. Just those punches alone. He got a fracture of the maxilla bone. Or maxilla, however you pronounce that. Jesus fucking Christ. God almighty. What's the recovery if you fracture that? They say a fracture, right? Let's say fracture recovery. How long does that take? God almighty. Maxillary fractures involve healing periods of 6 to 8 weeks or longer for the bone, though initial swelling may improve within 2 to 3 weeks. Recovery requires a soft and liquid diet. Yeah. So it's going to be eating for a straw then, basically. Great. Potentially elastics to immobilize the jaw. Careful hygiene and avoiding strenuous activities and contact sports for weeks or months. Full strength and function may take up to 3 to 6 months, depending on the fracture severity and treatment. Fucking hell. Yeah, exactly. Big up the Maz, exactly. And some people said the punches didn't fucking connect. God almighty. Get well soon to Psycho Steve, man. Get well fucking soon. Let's go back to the post. His injuries include trauma to both the upper and the lower jaws, laceration of his upper lip, a fracture of the maxillary bone, which unfortunately resulted in the loss of several teeth. He's lost teeth. Oh yeah, true, because it's that. So he's probably lost a lot of the top teeth, I'm assuming. He has a long road of recovery ahead, but remains in good spirits, and despite everything he has been through, we are deeply grateful for all the love and support we've received during this time. Thank you to everyone who has contributed in any way, whether through monetary donations, food, flowers, or gifts. Your kindness means more than the words can express. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. With love and respect, Contessa Patterson and Stuart Smith, aka Psycho Stu. I'm assuming Contessa is probably his wife, someone related or whatever. Oh, God almighty, man. Honestly, get well soon, Psycho Stu. Those look and sound like some gnarly fucking injuries. Like just getting your teeth replaced is just going to be a whole nother thing. The trauma from it psychologically. But based on the language of this statement, it seems like they're preparing for some sort of lawsuit, which is a good thing, by the way. Raja should be held accountable for his actions, fully. But it sounds like from the language they're using, this sounds like it was written by, someone. It sounds like they've probably hired a lawyer, and they're probably looking at filing charges or something along those kind of lines. Because this sounds, very along those kind of ways. I'm really surprised he hasn't been arrested. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't been arrested yet. Maybe it's because it's in California and things were a little bit lackadaisical over there. But I am honestly surprised that he hasn't been arrested just yet. Because that attack was fucking gnarly. Gnarly. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But get well soon, Psycho Stu, man. Get well fucking soon. He's got a long road of recovery ahead of him. But at least he's at home, surrounded by all his family and friends. I guess that's probably the small consolation there. At least he's at home, surrounded by his family. Moving on. Big up this player, right? What's his name? Michael Porter Jr. Do you guys know who Michael Porter Jr. is? He went viral a couple weeks ago, I think, for this clip where he was talking about his brother not getting girls and him getting girls. Like, strange. It was a really funny clip. I'm not gonna lie. Strange but really funny. He decided to sit down on stream with PLAQUEBOYMAX. They did like a little gym stream, basketball stream, kind of funny. And PLAQUEBOYMAX decided to ask them about the most important questions facing today's professional athletes. He decided to ask Michael Porter Jr. to choose between having a THOT daughter or a gay son. And I'm confused. This question confuses me, but let's just play the clip because Michael Porter Jr.'s answer is fucking hilarious in a way, but also kind of tragic in a way. Let's play the video. Come on, bro. What's happening here? Oh, you can't hear it. Shit. Hold on. You can't hear it. Let me get the fucking audio set up there. Apologies. That was my fault.
Thought daughter. They said thought daughter or gay son? Is that what they said? Yeah. Would I rather have a thought daughter or a gay son? I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Both of them would hurt a nigga hard, though.
Yeah, next question.
I'm not gonna lie. They both, either one. I would tell. What would you? Let's ask him, because he don't really. He can answer whatever. Would you rather have a thought for a daughter?
A thought daughter.
You rather have a thought for a daughter?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, type of thought. Like any day, sex is sex. Like, motherfucker gonna have sex regardless. Like.
So what you saying?
I prefer that than me to be at the family reunions and my son coming this motherfucker in a skirt or something. It's like,
yeah, that's tough. I don't know, but that, like, again, bro, I don't know where y'all are from, bro. We're from Missouri, bro.
Nah, yeah, I get it.
We're from Missouri, so
it's
like,
different cultures, chat. You feel me?
Out there, like.
So anyway, I don't know, man. It's just, I just don't get, like, I think there's a certain population of men out there that just, I really don't understand this fear that they have, you know? I really don't get it. The fear of having a daughter that's sexually active, the fear of having a son that might be gay. It's just a strange fear. It really is. Considering all the things that your kid has to face in the world, my main priority, or my main thing that I'll be focused on, would be to make sure that you just raise a kid that's just like well-rounded and just a decent human being, you know? That's what would be the most important thing. Because we've all grown up with kids who are dickheads, bullies, liars, cheats, harassers, you know, abusers. You just want your kid to be a nice kid, you know? That's what you'd want. I would imagine anyway. You'd want your kid to just be a nice kid. You want people to, you'd want for your kid when they left the room, for people to say, oh, what a nice girl, what a nice boy, right? That's what you'd want, really. I swear to God, that's what I'd want anyway. I wouldn't really care about shit like this. This wouldn't really be on the front of my mind. This wouldn't really this wouldn't keep me up at night. Obviously, when it comes to the gay son thing, there is a lot of like laden homophobia involved there, right? Because because they themselves are not comfortable with homosexual people, they're gonna find it very hard to kind of like get their head around their child being a homosexual, or their child being gay, or their child being queer. And again, I just don't think that's just that important. Really isn't. Because even if your kid was straight, would you be discussing their sexual life with them? Would you be that involved? Like, would you be, I don't know, like, maybe they would. Maybe there are some guys out there that enjoy talking about, you know, hookups with their kids and shit. But I don't think it's a normal thing anyway. So it's not like you're going to be that involved with their kids' lives, whether or not they are straight or gay, or in terms of their sexual life and partners they get hooked up to. So I don't understand and get that. When it comes to the THOT daughter thing, again, like, what constitutes a THOT nowadays? Like, I feel like that term is so broad, you know. It can, like, especially nowadays, considering how weirdly possessive guys are online about women's virginities and shit. I'm kind of confused about what guys want. So, because some guys online are lusting over Ruby Rose, right? So whenever Ruby Rose posts a new picture, guys are like, oh my god, she's so hot, I want her, I want this, I want that, right? I'll do this to her, I'll do that to her. But whenever Ruby Rose is involved in a relationship with somebody, those same guys are in those comments talking about, oh my god, she's got so many bodies, oh my god, she's been a pass around. So when she posts pictures, everyone wants to fuck her. Then as soon as she gets a boyfriend, everyone wants to tell the boyfriend that she's a hoe and he shouldn't settle down with her, you know? So it's like, what do you want? I think some of these guys are a bit weird. I think they're the type of dudes who want, like, they want a girl that's like extremely attractive, or a girl that a lot of guys would like, but they also want that girl that a lot of guys would like to be a virgin at the age of like 19 or at the age of like 22. It's like, it's not gonna be likely, is it? That's not gonna be likely. And also, if you're that pressed, if sex is really important to you, surely you'd want your partner to be somewhat experienced, no? Would you want that person to be like fresh and, I don't know, just green, I guess, not fresh but green? And that'll be a bit strange. I'm not too sure if that's what they want really, and then complain about that because they're not doing certain things in the bedroom. I don't know, it's all over the shop. It's all over the shop. Again, for me, my main focus would be on making sure you raise good kids, you know, good kids that just are well-rounded, kids that have manners, kids that other kids like, kids that parents like, you know, kids that teachers find easy to teach or don't have much issues with. I don't know. That's what you want. You don't want your kids to give people headaches. That's what I would say. But I could be wrong with that one. I could be wrong. I quickly want to show you the other clip of his that went viral, so I can give you an idea on what this guy is about. But to be fair though, give Michael Porter Jr. props. It is quite refreshing to hear an athlete speak like this, because professional athletes are the most, you know, media trained, boring, sterile, you know, milk toast kind of athletes ever. They don't really have anything to say. Maybe post career, maybe if they're shit, they'll have something to say because it's not really affecting the team's career, whatever. But it's not really a thing. So the fact that a high level athlete like him is sitting down on a stream with a live streamer and being really loose and free and open with it, I think that's good. That's a good thing to see. it's kind of it's brave of him as well, because you know I'm sure he's gonna get fined. I'm sure he's gonna get in trouble for some of the things that he said. But the fact that he doesn't care, he's just saying it anyway. Props to him for doing so. But my favorite clip of this guy was this one. Let me see if I can find it. It was a clip where he was speaking about his addictions or something, or combating. I don't know what it was about, but he basically did a really weird kind of like backhanded compliment towards his brother or something. Let me see if I can find it here for you. It was a really funny one. Let's see if I can find it. That's where I kind of found out about him. He kind of went viral based on that one. He was like, yeah, my brother, you know, he couldn't get any girls. It was really funny. Let's see if I can pull it up. Bear me 1 second here. Bear with me uno segundo here. Let's see if I can find it. It was something about his brother. Is that the one? Yeah, there's two. There's one about Andrew Tate that I'm going to play you now, actually, that I'm sure some of you will love. And then there's one talking about his brother. Let's see if I can find it. Bada bing, bada boom. Nope. My brother doesn't get bitches. It's like something like that. Let me see if I can find it. Come on, it must be here. I think I'm getting close. It's getting warm. I'm getting warm. He's not a fan of Sophie Rain, by the way. That was an interesting little clip as well. He's not a fan of Sophie Rain, which I don't really give a fuck about, to be fair. I think I think Sophie Rain proved in the video recently that her money's not fake. She did make like $83 million in like a year on OnlyFans, but I don't really have a problem with that sort of shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm perfectly okay with people on OnlyFans making crazy amounts of money. I'm a big believer in the free market. If people decide they want to spend that kind of money on a girl like that, then fair play. You know what I mean? It's not for me personally, that whole economy, but people seem to like OnlyFans stuff, so who am I to tell people how to spend their money? You get me? I don't really understand the outrage behind it. It's a bit silly, right? Some girl on OnlyFans posing and maybe making more than, you know, LeBron and shit, but I don't know. It's the way of the world, isn't it? A few months ago, the fucking Rizzler was one of the famous people in the world. Do you know what I mean? Some obese 6-year-old kid was one of the most famous people in the world. Like, the world is kind of upside down. But anyway, let's play the clip. This is the clip that went viral of Michael Porter Jr. that I first heard of him, innit? It's a fucking hilarious clip, by the way. Let me play it so you can get a kind of a feel for what this Michael Porter Jr. is about.
Everybody has different things that they struggle with. That can go from people that struggle with alcohol, people that struggle with drugs. You know, my brother, for example, struggled with gambling. My vice has always come in the form of women. And when I'm far from God...
Yeah, big up Shades Car, exactly. That's what he's talking about here. Big up Shades Car. In a recent interview, he said he's addicted to gambling and sex. It's a problem in the NBA for most. Yeah, for sure. A lot of those guys will definitely have a lot of those problems. The fact that he's been open about it, give him props for that. But it's the way he worded it that was really funny.
And like, I'm not in my word, I'm not praying, I'm not prioritizing him. Like, that seems to be the place that the devil gets me, is in the space of women. And
the devil gets me. The devil made my dick hard, sir. The devil made me blow her back out, sir. I swear it wasn't me. Something came over me. Yeah, something came over her too.
And I know that's a lot of people in my shoes, you know. I know it's a lot of people in my lifestyle or whatever. That's something that comes up a lot, but I've never viewed that as okay. I don't think objectifying women, I don't think being with women all the time and sleeping around and doing stuff like that is cool. And I haven't necessarily been doing that, but nevertheless.
What have you been doing then? He doesn't want to say. I don't really think that's cool. I don't have. That's my big problem. Women, fucking loads of women. I just can't help it, man. All the baddies won't like me because I'm this cute, light skinned guy, and I'm an athlete. I got some money, and I like fucking. They like fucking me. But obviously, it's not my problem. I'm not doing that. Obviously, it's like what?
Women has always been my vice, right? I got 2 younger brothers that are married. I got 2 older sisters that are married. I'm the only one that's not married, and I feel like God kind of gives you what you're prepared to handle. And so far in my life, like a good woman, like I don't think I'm ready to handle that because I'm all over the place. Sometimes I'm good, and sometimes I'm not. You know what I mean? I feel like this cycle of being good with God and bad with God has poured over into me not being able to really lock in and be living the Christian walk in that area of my life. My brother, Jonte, he never seemed to struggle with that vice. You know, I never struggled with the gambling addiction.
My brother Jonte, he don't get no bitches. My brother Jonte, he don't struggle with women because he don't get no bitches. So his vice was gambling. Yo, that backhanded that weird sneak diss to his brother is fucking hilarious.
I never struggled with that vice. God gave me a lot of money because maybe he figured I could handle it and not, lose myself in that area.
He's calling his brother broke.
And maybe Jonte, he wasn't blessed with tons of money because he struggled with that area of
God gave me plenty of bitches because I struggle with bitches. What? Jonte, my brother's he's down bad, but he's always been down bad. So maybe God, keeps his life down bad, so he can only handle that. Honestly, he's a legend. This guy
of the idolization of money. I have not been blessed with a wife because maybe I am not prepared to handle that because of my struggles. So I wanted to get that off my chest first of all. Then I wanted to talk about a little bit about
honestly, what a legend, man. What a legend. What a legend. Dissing your brother as a way to clarify that you're now on your walk with God again is fucking brilliant, man. Absolutely fucking brilliant. Big up Michael J. Big up Michael Porter Jr. And then the other clip is this one. This is a funny clip, right? Where he admits that he purposely plays clips of Andrew Tate in front of girls to kind of gauge how they're reacting, and that's going to inform if he wants them or not. Insane, to be honest. Insane level of game.
One thing I do, and then the other thing I do is I need to see a little bit about their beliefs. So I'm not saying I'm a misogynist or anything, but I'll throw on some Andrew Tate and see how they react.
Yeah,
or I'll
like Andrew Tate from 5 years ago.
I'll bring up conversations and play devil's advocate just to see how this girl thinks about certain things. Because if they're too, yeah, I do like.
You do it because you got to protect your time and energy.
Well,
that's
let
why.
me say this.
That's why I don't think it's a bad strategy where you have people slide in and see.
And then how do they pass that test then? Because you obviously like one thing I do.
That's an insane test. That's an insane test because let me tell you this. 99% of girls are gonna fail that test because most girls don't fuck with Andrew Tate. Let me tell you that. If you want to find a girl that fucks with Andrew Tate, you're gonna be selecting from a pretty dodgy pool. Most women that you'd actually want to be with are not gonna be okay with you playing Andrew Tate on the fucking car sound system as you go on the way to the club or something, on the way to a bar or restaurant. They're not gonna be cool with waking up to you listening to Andrew Tate's fucking seminars or fucking motivation video compilations on your phone before you go to work. No girl wants to hear that shit. So if you plan to be a single forever, play Andrew Tate clips on loudspeaker. Do that anytime you hook up with somebody. Have forget even playing clips of Andrew Tate. Have a picture of him on your wall. If you plan to be single forever, have a picture of him on your wall. I still to this day, I tell you guys, I still to this day, sometimes from time to time, I'll wake up in a cold sweat, and I remember the time that I fumbled cheeks because I posted a picture of me reading Jordan Peterson's book. 12 Rules for Life. When that first came out, when that book first came out, and I bought it, right? And again, this was back when Jordan Peterson wasn't what he is now, right? Now he's like a waste of space. But back then, Jordan Peterson had he was spitting some good shit, you know what I mean? In terms of personal responsibility, in terms of, getting your shit together as a man and shit. I don't know, he was spitting some good shit. I thought anyway, at least. So I bought that book. I actually even went to a seminar of his when he came to London. He did a little speech at the Round. There's a place in London called, is it the Round? I don't know. It's some place I went to anyway, where he performed, where he kind of spoke. I got my book signed, everything. I post a picture of it on my Instagram stories, and this one chick that I was kind of like, you know, trying it on with and shit, she then sends me like a paragraph. And basically, in that paragraph, she basically let me know that, yeah, you're not getting jack shit anymore because I can't fuck with people who fuck with Jordan Peterson. You know what I mean? Because of this and that and this. And then I tried to, and then obviously, like, in my desperation to save the cheeks, I wrote back to her, reply, another paragraph, basically talking about how, like, I was down bad, man. I was down so bad. I was panicking. I think I was like, oh yeah, I forgot what line I said. I said something about like politically I'm like more this and that. I was trying to use all these. Honestly, it was fucking cringe. I tried so hard to get it back, but I didn't get it back ever. And that's one thing I learned back then. When girls are over you, they're over you. Like when a girl decides that she turned her switch off for you, there's no turning it back on. In rare, and I don't know if the fellas in the stream chat can attest to this, but there's not been many instances in my life where I've been able to turn that switch back on again. When a girl decides like, you know, it's over, it's over. It's very, very, very hard to get them to turn it back on. Guys are easy. You know, a girl could not talk to you for 5 years. She sends you a hey text, you're replying, you know. Most guys are going to reply. Guys are fucking easy peasy. But a girl, once she's over you, she's over you. And that girl, unfortunately, did not come back around. So you have to be careful now. If you don't care, it's all good. But if you do care about, you know, being able to be with somebody and potentially getting married in the future and having a family, I think you should keep your interest of like people like Andrew Tate and the Nick Fuentes of the world. Keep those to yourself. If you're interested in those guys, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself because most girls don't like that shit. Most girls don't like that shit. Moving on. I'm not too sure if this is true, by the way. I'm not too sure if this is true. This is courtesy of Fearbuck. It says here, after losing a game of XIANGQI, a man in China spent 4 hours studying the match, ignoring the heavy rain and his wife's protest. I'm not sure if this is real. This could be real, this could be fake. But I found the clip fucking hilarious regardless anyway. Let's quickly play it. He had been defeated in a Chinese chess match. In the heavy rain. He spent about 4 hours reviewing what went wrong. Who turned the light on in there? His wife tried to take him home, but he refused to leave. By the way, women always get in the way of men's greatness, isn't it? Women always get in the way. The man eventually left at around 9 PM. The man's love for chess amazed many online. The man spent 4 hours reviewing a game he lost. He is a real chess player, this person's on TikTok. This is the meaning of life, to find the one thing you love and it can be engrossed in. So, who knows if this is real? This could be some Chinese propaganda. You never fucking know. But if it is real, what it does prove is that once you lock in, you can achieve anything. And it also proves that women are actually what's holding most of us men back. The key to our happiness is to just be with the fellas, maybe. That's maybe the key to our happiness. Get rid of women and just hang out with the fellas, you know? As Abraham Preach say, boys being boys. Maybe that's what we need. Most of us need more men in our life and less women. That's what we need, mate. Maybe some of us need more cocks and less boobs. You know? That's what probably most of us need. So big up the fellas out there. Big up the fellas out there. Continuing on. Look at this. Look at this clip. A bystander saved a boy who was walking along a monorail track in Hershey's Park. He was later reunited with his parents unharmed. Children are fucking frightening, innit? Children are frightening. Most likely this kid's parents turned around for 1 second. Most likely these kids' parents turned around for 1 second, maybe to grab him some sweets, maybe to sort out something in the bag, whatever. They turned around for 1 second, they turned back around and their kid is literally walking up on a monorail. Like, fucking hell, man. This children are scary.
Keep walking.
Stop! Keep going! No! No! Keep going! No, this way!
Yo, big up Crambo in the chat. Big up Crambo in the chat, getting lit. Big up Crambo in the chat, getting litty. Big up Crambo. Big up Asadas, I see you. Big up Black American, I see you. Wagwan Queen. Big up Thick Nectar. Wagwan, Wagwan. Look at that man, by the way. Big up the men. Big up the men.
Yeah!
Big up the men.
Oh my god.
Big up the men, by the way. Big up the men. Real men do shit. Real men do shit. Big up the men. Big up the fucking men. Real men do shit. Big up
powerful bunch.
Big up Thick Nectar. Big up Thick Nectar. Nectar. AZ Squad, AZ Nation. Big up you, brother. Thank you for being a member for 5 months. You're a fucking king. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Everyone in the stream chat. Remember, I'm trying to hit 500 members by the end of the 31 days. Link in the description, and you too can join Thick Nectar as a member of Zinga Nation. Big up Blood Clot Thick Nectar. You're a G. Appreciate you. Glad that kid got reunited back with his family. If that was me, bro, where in the way I grew up, if I did that when I was a kid, I don't think I would have got beaten up. That's the problem though, when you get roasted, you know. As soon as that someone would have brought me down, the beating I would have got would have been worse than whatever pain I would have felt if I fell down from there. You know, the beating would have been crazy. You know, your parents it's almost like an African thing, or maybe it's just a traditional people thing. I don't know, whatever cultures. They get more embarrassed that happened, and it's also kind of the fear, like, you know, because sometimes a lot of parents, especially African parents, they beat you usually out of fear because they don't know what else to do. So yeah, you'd get beaten for this hard. So yeah, big up that kid, big up that fucking kid. Glad he's okay. Next on the list, we got this. Have you guys seen this? What do you guys think about this? So US Open, I think, happened the other day, right? Tennis players are playing, people are watching them. Tennis players go to sign some stuff, memorabilia for the people in the crowd. This tennis player decides to give his hat to a kid, but then before he's able to give the hat to a kid, a grown man takes it, snatches it out of his hand, or snatches it out of the direction of where the kid was, not out of his hand. What do you think? What do you guys think? Do you think the kid was too slow? Was the man being a dickhead? Like, who's right, who's wrong here? Let me play the clip for you. Hold on 1 second. Come on, bro. Play. You snooze, you lose, brother. You snooze, you fucking lose, man. He obviously, the tennis player gave it to the kid. You can see he's signing stuff. He sees the cute kid there, and he puts into the direction of the kid, obviously. And then the guy sees it and doesn't even wait. He just grabs it, snatches it, right? Snatches it. Now, you know what's funny? You know what's funny about that? They found out the guy is actually a Polish millionaire CEO. Of course, right? Of course, the guy that did that is a Polish millionaire CEO. That's the guy that stole some hat from a kid. Like, oh my god, bro. So he's responded to all the backlash he's been getting online, right? He's responding to all the backlash he's been getting online. Here's what he said. He said, the recent incident at the tennis match has caused a disproportionate online uproar. It's all about the famous hat. Of course, yes, I took it. Yes, I did it quickly, But as I've always said, life is first come, first served. I like how he thinks people know who he is, by the way. Like I've always said. By the way, that's one of my least favorite phrases people use, but I sometimes use it myself as well. But I fucking detest it. Like, you know what I'm like I always say. It's like, bro, we don't know what you're like, and we don't know what you always say. You are nobody. Get fucked. I think those two phrases are up there with like, I'm proud of you. You know people online are saying, oh my god, I'm so proud. It's like, fuck you, bro.
You have a gun?
Proud. Big up SAUDIA.
Polish? Or like one of them boys polish?
I don't know. I'm not getting into that one. I'm not getting into that. I have no idea what type of Polish he is, but regardless of what he is, he's a fucking piece of shit. Let's just say that. But I know what you're talking about. Big up SAUDIA. I understand that some people, he says here, might not like it, but please, let's not make a global scandal out of a hat. It's just a hat. If you were faster, you would have it. Regarding online hate, I admire you that insulting a public figure is subject to a legal liability. Imagine, what a pussy, by the way. Look, he jacks a hat from a kid. Now he's threatening to sue people who are calling him a fucking bully, calling him an idiot, calling him a piece of shit. Now he wants to sue. I remind you that insulting a public figure is subject to legal liability. All offensive comments, slander, and insinuations will be analyzed for possibility of taking the matter to court. Like, shut up, man. Honestly, no one's scared of your fucking empty threats, bro. You're a piece of shit. Like, part of this story that fascinated me was what happened to people being pieces of shit unapologetically. What's with this? Like, everyone, like me included, right? Everyone does stuff like half. So in the first paragraph, he admits he's a piece of shit. He takes ownership of it. Yeah. You know that video is going viral of that guy taking the hat. Yeah, I took the hat. And I'm a millionaire. I'm a CEO. It's not like I don't have money or means. I took it because I wanted it. That kid snooze, he loosed. Haha. Right? Then the second paragraph, he starts playing victim. What happened to being an unapologetic piece of shit? What happened to the real villains? Like, villains now want sympathy. Villains now want empathy. Villains now want fucking therapy. Villains now want GoFundMes and shit. What happened to being a real villain? People are not fucking really committed to the bit anymore. Everyone's just like wishy-washy. I fucking hate the wishy-washy shit. Me no with wishy-washy shit. But the update is regarding that. The guy did find the kid, if I'm not mistaken. There's a clip here somewhere. Yeah, the kid, the turn square did find the kid, and he did give the kid the hat. Gave him another hat, I guess. Probably signed too. So it all ended well. In the end, everything ended well. The tennis player meets the kid, gives him a hat, gives him loads of other bits of merch as well. You know, so in the end, it worked out decently. It worked out more than decently, you know? So all good. The little crybaby kid got what he wanted. Again, you know? The little crybaby kid. Look at him. He's got a little crybaby face, hasn't he? You can tell, isn't it? No? He looks like a little crybaby. The little crybaby got what he wanted in the end. The little crybaby got what he wanted in the end. Big up the crybaby. So, quickly, yeah? I'm starting to wonder, because I've noticed a lot. I like these guys, right? Ed Matthews, HS Tiki, these guys from England who do just live streams and shit, IRL live streams. They go around, and one of the bits that they do in their live streams is this thing that they do where it seems like they really enjoy talking to girls that have boyfriends. Like, sometimes it can happen, right? I get the allure of when it can happen, like in the moment sort of thing, but I don't necessarily get this approach where they kind of like enjoy in the moment trying to like holler at the girl and making the girl leave with them and leave the boyfriend, you know? Like I said, that I'm sure we've all done our bits of dirt in the past. I know I have. And sometimes it can happen. You can sometimes, you know, just be in the you can sometimes just, you know, bump into somebody, and unfortunately it happens, but you're not necessarily seeking out. You don't actually go out with the intention of like, cool, if I see some girl holding some guy's hand, I want by the end of the night to be that guy. I want to by the end of the night to be holding her hand instead. But I feel like these guys do, and I'm wondering, like, are they not scared for their lives? Because some guys are very unhinged when it comes to their girlfriends. They're very possessive, you know. They're kind of a bit mental. They're very obsessed, and they're willing to crash out, you know, and go crazy over any little disrespect. So I'm curious, and I'm really surprised that these type of dudes are not a little bit more careful about this sort of stuff, because obviously it works well for content. You know, it goes viral. People like myself watch these videos. This particular video about to watch has already got 796,000 views on fucking Twitter. So obviously there's a reason why they're doing this sort of stuff. But God almighty, man, it just seems so risky. Like, you're putting your life in danger by like purposely trying to like this ending 8-year relationships. Like, huh? Let's play the clip.
Oh, what? Are you two like a thing?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, come on, bro, come on. How long you guys been going out?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Oh, what? It's not that serious. It's only like a month.
Yeah.
Well, look, you trying to take my Instagram? We can be friends.
Sure.
All right. Put your thing in my phone.
Put your thing in my phone. I don't know, man. I don't know about this type of banter. I don't know about this type of game. I know about this type of approach. Like, everyone looks bad here. He looks bad, she looks bad, they look bad. Like, everyone looks like pieces of shit in this story, you know? No one comes away from this looking good.
It's been a little more than a month.
How long's it been?
Like a couple years. Take it.
Couple years?
Yeah. Nah, not serious.
Bro, at the end of the day, bro, she's giving out my number, she ain't yours.
I think she wants you.
Alright, Savannah. Message me.
He whispered to the guy, at the end of the day, if she gives me your number, then she ain't really yours. Don't worry. Like, I also don't like that approach of like, oh, I'm teaching them a lesson. I'm actually saving them for like, no, you don't get to be that person. You don't decide that you're the person to teach somebody a lesson or to show them the way, show them the light. Like, I don't buy that. That's an excuse. And also, look at the way the kid's looking at him. I don't think that kid is deep down really happy that this has happened anyway. So even if you don't get hit in real life, you don't get any physical, you know, you don't get any repercussions in real life about this sort of actions, or when you do this sort of stuff, I just wouldn't like to have that kind of bad juju out there, right? I wouldn't want to have some kid like that. Every time my face comes up on the timeline, he's sending me evils. He's only thinking bad thoughts about me, you know? That's gonna probably manifest in bad things happening to you in real life as well. You don't want to have random people around the world, random guys whose hearts you've broken because you fucking taken their girlfriends, to be wishing death upon you. You know, you probably shouldn't do that.
Okay, you're hearing that, bro. You're hearing that. So, like, you've two been going out for a couple years.
Yeah, 8 years.
The game's gone. So,
and the girl's just standing there too while they're talking about her like that, by the way. The girl's just standing there, just taking that as well. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, big up Jordan Ray. I'm crashing out. Exactly. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Like I always say, I think as a man, you should have a couple of things in your life that you're willing to crash out for. And I think the honor, if that makes sense, honor or whatever that is, when it comes to your girl, you should crash out for that. There's not a lot of things you should crash out for, but when it comes to your girl and how people treat her or how she's being treated, especially within your company or in your company, you should be willing to crash out.
Powerful bunch.
Big up Asad Aziz.
Oi me lil bonnie lass. Put your ting in my phone in it. You looking ling darlin'. Me and Amanda want to film the pinjust munch. You get me?
Me and my Amanda want to film the pinjust munch. Oh, big up Asad Aziz. Insane references, man. Insane references. Big up Asad Aziz. Another clip here with Ed Matthews. This actor with 2.1 million followers friend-zoned her boyfriend for Ed Matthews. Again, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Allegedly, this person's an actor that Ed Matthews bumps into in America out there. But to be fair, it's a bit of a cheat code. He's in America, right? He's on tour. He's doing live streams in America. So I think with the accent, you get away with a lot more. You know, I think girls just kind of want to entertain having conversation with you, so you just hear you speak. So I think that's probably part of it. But yeah, let's continue.
Are you the British guy?
Well, is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. I'm also famous.
Oh, really? What are you famous for?
I do voice impressions. I have 2.1 million.
Really?
Yeah, actually.
No way. What's your name?
I'm Ellie. It's nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Eduardo.
And
Honestly, the American cadence and the way you guys speak compared to us is just interesting, isn't it? So she sounds like she comes out. She sounds like, obviously she's probably watching TV, that's why, but it's so fake. Hey, it's like, what the fuck is that voice? Hey, are you famous? I'm famous too. I have 2.1 million. Yeah. It's like, what? Why do you sound like that? Can't you just talk normal? Like, why do you sound like you? Why do you sound like that? You're inside of a television right now. Can you just talk normal, please? Can you just have a normal conversation?
Not SAUDIA impersonations, probably your pretty face. That's probably why you're viral. Lovely to meet you anyway.
It's nice to meet you too.
Have a good night.
You too.
Is that your boyfriend?
It's my friend.
Have you got him? Are you single?
I'm not.
Fucking hell, bro. I think that was a boyfriend, man. I think that was a boyfriend. Yeah, big up Josie. Oh yeah, Izzy, the accent gets you further. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the boyfriend, the guy in the hat. I think that guy that was dropping the drinks off was the boyfriend. That guy dropping that definitely was a boyfriend. This guy here, because he did that boyfriend thing that you do, where you just try and check in quickly. He checked in quickly that way. He checked in quickly. I'm sure that was a boyfriend.
Impressions. I have 2.1 million.
Really?
Yeah, actually.
No way. What's your name?
I'm Ellie. It's nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Eduardo.
Eduardo. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's probably not SAUDIA impersonations, probably your pretty face. That's probably why you're viral. Lovely to meet you anyway.
It's nice to meet you too.
See, look at that. That's definitely the boyfriend. Imagine he took the drink. Imagine if he would have taken the drink. Imagine if he would have took the drink and drank it. So he's got 3 drinks in his hand. That's definitely the boyfriend.
Have a good night. Is that your boyfriend?
Jesus Christ. Is that your boyfriend? And he can hear all this, innit? He probably can hear all this, or they think it's too loud in the bar. That's gotta break your heart, man. The game's a game, I know, but that's heartbreaking, man.
It's my friend.
Have you got him? Are you single?
I'm not. It's my boyfriend.
Oh, boyfriend.
How you doing? Ed, right?
What's happening? You good, bro?
You Ed?
Yeah, man. What's your name?
Jackson. Nice to meet you, bro. Right, man.
Jackson stepping in there. Well done, Jackson. Well done, Jackson, bro. Well done, Jackson. Well done, brother. Well done.
How long have you been going out with her?
About 2 years now.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that question either. If I'm Jackson, I'll be like, none of your business, my guy. None of your business. None of your business, you know? None of your business about how long I've been going out there. None of your business.
2 years.
Wow.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
Hey, you have a good night. Appreciate you.
Are you the British guy?
Yeah. Anyway, it's kind of depressing, all this shit. Kind of depressing. Kind of fucking depressing. Big up Bo Jackson. I see you. Big up Bo Jackson. Hey AZ, do you know the channel Moon? Yeah, I've got that on a list, brother. The channel Moon, they have a new video worth checking out when comedians exposed. Yeah, I've got a list, brother. That's on the list. That's on the list. That's on the list, brother. Big up Bo Jackson. That's on the fucking list. That's on the fucking list. Actually, we're about an hour in anyway. Let's switch up. We're about an hour in. Let's switch up to the Tim Dillon shit. So the main part of the stream will be covering what Tim Dillon had to say about being booked at Riyadh. So if you're not aware, Tim Dillon has been confirmed, courtesy of fucking Turkish, right? That Turkish guy has confirmed that Tim Dillon will be performing in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's been a bit controversial within the stand-up comedy scene. A bunch of people, industry, a bunch of comedians have been booked for a Riyadh comedy festival, which is happening in the end of September to the beginning of October. A bunch of people are playing there. All your favorite comedians are playing there, don't worry. Bill Burr is playing there. Surprisingly enough, Bill Burr is one of the most surprising ones on the list. Everyone else is on there I don't really care about or not that surprised about. But Bill Burr, because of his stance against corporations, his stance against billionaires, and him advocating for certain countries and people and shit, I was kind of surprised to see him agree to go and perform in Saudi Arabia with all their human rights violations and shit. You know, do what you want, obviously, but I was a bit, interesting. can you really talk, you know, ill of the billionaires and shit when you're going to line the pockets of people who are essentially enslaving people, chucking people off of buildings and shit? I don't know. All weird. So Tim Dillon has been confirmed recently as one of the guests going there, right? And this is the post, courtesy of that guy called Turkish Alasheki, right? How do you say that? Alasheki? Or whatever, you know him, guy. The Turkish guy that everyone has to hold his hand. You know that weird dude? That weird Middle Eastern dude that's to hold, he makes everyone hold his hand. So this is the confirmation. He says, courtesy of Twitter, Tim Dillon means endless comedy on stage in Riyadh as part of the world's biggest comedy festival, October 8th, Boulevard City, Abu Bakr Al-Shidi Theatre. There's a picture of him performing, event link, book where you can book the tickets and shit. And there's the fucking poster of him performing as well, right? So there we go. Tim Dillon will be performing at the Riyadh Comedy Festival on October 8th. Big up Josie. There is actually a list here. Let me see. There's actually a list of it. There's a picture. Where's the picture? There's a picture somewhere. I think it's on Bill Burr's subreddit actually. There's a picture of the entire people. But there we go. That's a list of the entire people performing, I think anyway. So there you have it. That's a full list of people performing there. Sam Morril, Tom Segura, Mark Normand, Chris Stefano, that guy that got cancer, I forgot his name, Bobby Lee, and Andrew Santino will be there for Bad Friends. Andrew Schultz will be there, Kevin Hart, Louis C.K. I forgot that guy's name. Fluffy, my guy Fluffy's gonna be there. Bill Burr's gonna be there. Like a bunch of people. Whitney Cummings is there. Big up Ashley Cummings. What you call it? My guy, fucking Sebastian Maniscalco's there. So a bunch of people are performing at the Riyadh Comedy Festival, as you can see there. Might not be the full list, but that is so far the list I've seen online. A bunch of big people performing. Big up Ason AZ. Did you see the story about the British parachute chick didn't pull her chute after the dude broke up with her? No, I didn't see that. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, that's it. Jessica Kirsten's there. So yeah, that's what's happening, right? And Tim Dillon, as I said to you before, has been confirmed to be performing. Well, Tim Dillon decided to comment on it because he tried to, I won't say he tried to get ahead of it, it's just his regular podcast. But he did reply to probably some of the negative comments that'll probably come his way in a very Tim Dillon-esque way. Now, I don't think a lot of Tim Dillon fans will have a problem with it because me, myself, you know, being a Tim Dillon fan, I'm very aware that Tim Dillon is in it for the bag. Tim Dillon's always been infatuated by wealth, not even rich people, but wealthy people. He loves hanging out in, you know, in groups of people where they're kind of like higher class people, higher fucking status people and shit. He loves all that sort of shit. He loves kind of talking about that sort of shit, being around that sort of shit. So it's no surprise that he would, you know, accept that money to go to sort of type of places. And he's also in it for the bit, I'd imagine as well. That kind of makes it funny. And also, just doesn't give a fuck, you know, I think. And I like how he's honest about that at least. He really doesn't care about whatever human violations go on in Saudi Arabia. As long as they're paying him, he doesn't give a fuck. And he's not trying to pretend like he gives a fuck, which is, I guess, is better because a lot of comedians out there will try and pretend and virtue signal, whereas Tim Dillon's like, look, I'm all about the bag. So he does decide to respond to it via the recent episode of Tim Dillon podcast in a very funny way. I'm going to play the clip for you here that I pulled, where Tim Dillon responds to the inevitable backlash he will get for performing at the fucking Riyadh Comedy Festival, but he doesn't seem to give a fuck. So let's listen to what Tim Dillon has to say about performing at the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Oh yeah, talking about money, I'm not sure if he was joking. Talking about money, I'm not sure if he was joking, but later on in the clip, Tim Dillon says he got paid $375,000 to perform 1 hour. You got paid $375,000 to do 1 hour of comedy. But he said other people on that list got paid millions. So I'm assuming the Kevin Harts of this world, I forgot the other Asian guy's name, but there's a few of them on there. So he got $375,000 allegedly, Tim Dillon, for 1 hour.
Riyadh, baby, we're in Saudi Arabia. Come on. Get your tickets now. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Tim Dillon live in the capital. Is it the capital? Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, October 8th. October 8th. The day after, October 7th. Just funny how it all works. Not something that I had planned.
Yeah,
by the way.
Yeah, right.
It's just something that happened. I will be in Riyadh at the Riyadh Comedy Festival at the Bakr Al-Shedi Theater. Come see me at the Bakr Al-Shedi. And apologies if I am not pronouncing that correctly. I don't know. I imagine I'll be doing more in the Middle East. I imagine we all will, actually. We'll be doing a lot. And there are people, and I'm doing Abu Dhabi the night before. We don't have that information yet, but come on out. Come on out for a night of laughter in Abu Dhabi. Am I doing Abu Dhabi? I think October 6th. I think we're chilling on the 7th. I don't think we're doing anything on the 7th because my agents are very worried. But I think, this is exciting. I think it's very exciting that we're all going to Riyadh. And I know that people are very upset about it. They're angry that comedians are going to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. They're very angry. They don't believe in anything. Get over it. Get over it. We're going to Riyadh.
And that's what I don't get. This is the only thing I don't like, Like, I understand going after the bag and securing the bag, whatever the means, whatever the circumstances. But I don't like that they mock people who don't believe in that. So if people maybe choose morals and principles over money, they mock them. It's not like I respect on either side. I'd be like, okay, cool. I know you wouldn't do this because you have principles and morals and something, you couldn't basically co-sign that sort of stuff or encourage it, but I don't. But I don't like the mocking, like making it seem as if like if you're somebody that has principles or you have any type of morals or scruples, then you're a loser. You just don't get it. You're the idiot. You're the one playing the game wrong. You should actually be living life where you just try and ascertain or collect as many money bags as possible, no matter where they come from, no matter where the fucking source, no matter who gets hurt. As long as your pocket gets lined, it's okay. I don't think that's cool. Obviously, you can not care about what's going on there. You can not care about what you're doing because essentially the Saudi Arabian government are basically trying to whitewash what they do. They did it with dance music, they've held festivals and stuff. They're trying to make that region of the world more appealing to Westerners, but they know they don't have a good reputation. So it's weird because I've always thought to myself, it does go to show how evil the world is, because Abu Dhabi and these places, they have a lot of they have a long storied history of like human rights violations, right? Slavery, modern day slavery, all this sort of nonsense, right? Horrible shit. And they don't have a good reputation worldwide. It always surprised me the amount of money they have, right? Why they don't just try to like fix it by just not continuing to like subjugate, hurt and abuse people, when no one's saying they have to turn into Berlin and be super sexually liberated and shit. But I never understood the approach that they have now, where we'd rather do this propaganda shit. We'd rather whitewash what we do by inviting all these Western comedians to come over to make it seem as if, everything is blessed. And we'll even book a gay comedian to make it seem like, there's no issue with gay people here. Instead of just fixing it and not having issues with gay people, Instead of fixing it and not, basically not basically making slavery legal, just do that instead. I don't understand why they don't do that sort of stuff. I really do wonder why they'll spend so much money on to bring comedians in, or to bring influencers in, or to bring DJs in, and not just fix their, somewhat broken society.
The House of Saud is paying us hundreds of thousands of dollars, some of us millions, not me, but they're paying millions of dollars to comedians. Get over it. We're taking the money. How about that? How about that? Sorry. Oh, you weren't invited? Oh, you got nothing going on? Boo-hoo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo for you. I would never do it. You weren't offered. No one invited you.
Yeah, big up Shades Cow. We're all involved in Saudi money one way or the other, every single one of us. Yes, true. But there's something, there's a difference between maybe lining the pockets of the Saudi government by buying a pencil, then being booked by the Saudi government to whitewash some of their, human rights crimes, human rights violations, in order to make their country more appealing to Westerners and to people to turn a blind eye to some of the fuck shit going on behind the scenes. You know, that's essentially what they're doing. They're paying for comedians to go there. The sole purpose of it is to give their country a better image. It's basically to run cover, propaganda essentially. That's what they're doing it for. Don't get me wrong, other countries do it too, but they do some fucked up shit, you know? That's why they're doing it. There's no other reason. So I think that's far worse than maybe inadvertently buying something that's also, where the money is going back to the Saudi government. But I could be wrong.
There's people that I respect that turned it down, but a lot of people are doing it, like almost everyone. A lot of people are doing it.
Doesn't make it okay though, doesn't it, mate?
They bought comedy. So what? Listen. What's your problem? Well, they have slaves, then they kill Hey. Get over it.
Get over the killings.
Get over it. So what?
This guy.
So what they have slaves? So what?
Okay.
My friend, not a friend, somebody I don't even know. I bumped into them in Tribeca. And he goes, I would never do that because I don't want to interact with slaves.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, well, why not? They'd be deferential, right? I mean, I imagine the slaves in those countries are good at what they do. Well, I wouldn't want to interact. Everyone you meet there is a slave. That's what they said. Everyone that works at all the hotels, they take their passports. Yeah. They're not allowed to leave. They're slaves.
I don't know, man. Going to a country like that where they where that's a common practice, where people take the passports of like slaves that they sometimes, I think they, if I'm not mistaken, they said are usually taken from places like Philippines and shit and brought over to fucking the Middle East. Like having their passports confiscated and shit, so they can't leave the country, and they're there by force essentially, or they're there under duress. And then being okay to like take money from those people that are doing that sort of stuff is next level. But to be fair, that's also why I liked Tim Dillon, because he is unapologetically himself at all times. And he's always been about securing the bag. Since the very first time he kind of started his pod, he's always let us know that, yeah, I want to be wealthy.
Hey, is the hotel nice? Is it nice or not? Is it nice or not? I'm not here to be a spoil sport.
Jesus Christ.
Look up spoil sport, and I'm going to tell everyone what it is, because that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not on this earth to do that. Spoil sport.
Big up Black American. I want a new planet. Yeah, this place is gonna. I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better. You know, there's still several levels of degradation. There's still several grades, right? Several levels of fucking just pure debauchery that are gonna happen. Like, it's gonna get far worse before it gets better, for sure. It's gonna get far worse.
Person who behaves in a way that spoils others' pleasure, especially by not joining in an activity. Yes, correct. I'm not here to be a spoil sport. I'm not here to ruin the good time that everyone's having. Do I have issues with some of the policies towards women, towards the gays, towards the freedom of speech? Well, of course I do. Of course I do. Of course I do.
Why are you taking a gig then?
I believe in my own financial well-being.
There we go.
And I always have, by the way. And I think you better start believing in that.
Maybe some truth.
Okay?
Maybe some truth.
Because when Peter Thiel puts all of you in a cage,
well, she's going to.
You're going to want some way to get out of that.
He's right about that one. I actually went to double check. What are the fucking... Was it the Riyadh human rights? I want to see what they are anyway. What are the Riyadh human or the Saudi human rights violations? Yeah. Let's take a brief look at what some of the human rights violations are. 10 ways that, yeah, let's look at this one. 10 ways that Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia obviously, yeah, so Saudi Arabia weren't they responsible for the Khashoggi killing, right? The guy that fucking arrived at the fucking embassy in a car and left in a suitcase. No? I'm pretty sure they killed Jamal Khashoggi, you know? The government. Yo, accepting money from this country is fucking crazy. 10 ways that Saudi Arabia violates human rights. Alright? 10 ways. Oh, yeah. Here are the 10 ways that Saudi Arabia violates human rights. Executions are on the increase. Saudi Arabia executed 196 people in 2002. On the 12th of March, the authorities killed 81 men in one day, the single largest mass execution in recent decades. The country ranks as the second highest for the use of the death penalty. Fucking hell. 81 men died in one day. God damn. 2. Women are highly discriminated against. Women and girls remain subject to discrimination in law and practice. The male guardianship system was enshrined in law in 2022 and means that women must have a male legal guardian. They cannot choose who this is. Jesus. Also, many women such as Lujan, who supported a campaign against the ban on women drivers, were imprisoned and harassed despite the fact that the laws that changed to allow women to drive. So Whitney Cummings is there, right? Whitney Cummings is going there. Did she post it on Instagram? I'm curious to see what the comments are on Instagram. Did Whitney Cummings post a flyer on her Instagram? Because she's one of the only women on there, right? Not Whitney Houston, sorry, Whitney Cummings, and obviously Jessica Kirsten. Let me see what they had to say. Did she post? I don't think she did post it. She's not going to be that dumb, is she? Did she post a flower on her main feed? Nah, she didn't. She didn't. Good girl. Like she's not that dumb. She didn't post a flower on her feed. I don't see it here. No, I don't see it. Good. Because she's gonna get destroyed if she posts it on her feed. Did she post it on her stories? Nope. Cool. No mention on her stories. All right. Let's see. Jessica Kirsten. Did she post it? I want to see if the people send me comments, because those things against women are pretty fucking deep. Did Jessica Kirsten post it? No, she did not. Smart lady. Let's not have that on the main feed, please. Let's not have that on the main feed. Okay, cool. Jesus Christ. Third thing. Unfair trials and torture during detention. In 2022, Saudi Arabia authorities arbitrarily detained Ethiopian men and women and children for up to 18 months in inhumane conditions and tortured, otherwise ill-treated them before forcibly returning them to Ethiopia. They were held in overcrowded cells with inadequate access to food and water, sanitation and healthcare in 2 detention centers prior to their deportation. At least 12 of them died. Trials against people are often grossly unfair and courts impose long prison sentences. People are often held in solitary confinement without any communication. Salam al-Shabib, a student of Leeds University, a mother of 2, was sentenced to 27 years. To be fair, this point sounds like it could happen in America. I'm not going to lie. To be fair. Point number 3, unfair trials and torture during detention, sounds like stuff happens in America. Let's be fair. This happens in the Western world too. This isn't just Saudi Arabia. Migrant workers treated poorly. According to Interior Ministry, there is a consistent crackdown on foreign nationals, with 479,000 being returned home. During the same period, 14,511 foreign nationals, most of them Ethiopians and Yemens, where violence was forced men to flee, were arrested crossing the border irregularly from Yemen to Saudi Arabia. crackdown on free media and press. The Saudi Arabian authorities control domestic media, and journalists can be imprisoned for a variety of quote-unquote crimes. Saudi authorities included the Crown Prince sanctioned the brutal murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi after he had been critical of the government. Leadership in the country has never been held accountable for their role. So they literally killed the journalist, right? Jesus Christ. That video is really sad though, by the way. He literally arrives in the car and they basically leaves in a body bag, or leaves in a I think he gets stuffed in luggage. No free speech. Besides Raif Badawi, dozens more outspoken activists remain behind bars, simply for exercising their right to freedom of expression. Many of Saudi Arabia's prominent and independent human rights defenders have been imprisoned, threatened, or silenced. No LGBTQ rights, we know that for sure. Travel bans, forced evictions, and no protests. So yeah, interesting place to be, interesting place to be, interesting place to be. Let's go back to Tim Dillon.
You're going to want to bribe someone. Peter Thiel has you in the prison from that movie. What's that movie where everyone's in that digital prison? Remember that movie? Well, when you're in that movie, but you can't get out. When you're in the movie of that digital prison movie and Peter Thiel's got you in, you're going to want to have a couple of shekels to go to the guy and say, let me out of here. Hit him off a little Bitcoin, little Ethereum. Let me get out of this prison. When you're Shawshanking, and that's not the movie I was talking about, it's another prison movie, I've moved on. When you're Shawshanking with the little rock hammer through the wall and you're crawling through the tunnel of shit to try to get out of Peter Thiel's prison, because he's just going to do what is he's doing? You know, Peter Thiel now is doing talks on the Antichrist, because he is the Antichrist. So he knows about the Antichrist, and he's talking about it. It's never enough to just be the thing, by the way. You have to constantly bother people. It's the reason the Long Island serial killer got caught. He couldn't shut his mouth. He went out to bars, and in a very boomer-like fashion, he's like, well, if I had killed her. O.J. Simpson wrote a book called If I Did It. No one can just get away with anything. It's got to be shoved in your face. So Peter Thiel is giving talks about that he's worried about the Antichrist. He's giving a 4-part lecture. This is true. I've never heard a person talk about the Antichrist as much as this guy. So he's doing a 4-part lecture about the Antichrist. So when you're in the Peter Thiel Palantir prison, and every day is the same, and it's just going to be on closed circuit TV, or maybe he'll be a hologram at that point. I don't know. He just is going to talk to you about the Antichrist, and you're going to be in a cell in Peter Thiel's prison, and then he's just going to go, it's the Antichrist Part 3, and you're going to have to sit there and go, every day. Every goddamn day. Thiel 57 will offer his thoughts on how his Christian faith informs his understanding of the world, including areas of theology, history, literature, and politics of the Antichrist.
Jesus Christ.
As part of a 4-part lecture series at the Commonwealth Club in San Francisco. Well, doesn't that sound swell? But he's going to be giving these lectures to people that are in his prison. So you might as well have a couple of dollars to try to buy your way out of the Peter Thiel
prison
compulsory Antichrist lecture that he's going to be giving at his prison. Now, people might say to me, hey, you're coming out and saying you're doing the Saudi thing for money. They're paying you a lot of money. I'm not going to tell you how much they're paying me. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter how much they're paying me. $375,000 for one show.
Jesus Christ.
Now a lot of other people are getting $1.6 million. That's not me. I'm not in that bracket.
Who do you think is getting 1.6 million of that list you saw there? Who do you think is on 1.6 million? Who do you say? If you had to guess, who do you say is getting what? Who do you say was getting 1.6 million? Probably Pete Davidson, maybe? Dave Chappelle for sure, innit? Dave Chappelle for sure. Kevin Hart, maybe? Maybe Louis C.K.? Who's getting $1 million? Maybe they offered all $1 million, innit? Maybe all the big dogs get a meal and everyone else gets the rest. But fucking hell, that's a lot. It's a lot of money, man.
But they're giving me $375. Others are getting $150. Why are they doing it? Here's the point. Here's the point. Okay? I am doing this because they're paying me a large sum of money. They're paying me enough money to look the other way. Do you understand?
So unapologetic. I love
Look the other way. That's a 4-word sentence that people don't do anymore. Look the other way. If something bad is happening to your left, look to your right. If, for example, I'm at a breakfast and I see someone get grabbed and they start hitting them with that, you know, that big stick. I don't know if it's bamboo or whatever it is. It's kind of a wood, but it kind of snaps back. It's perfect for a cane. If I see someone getting it, I will look the other way.
Jesus Christ.
Okay?
Jesus Christ.
If I look the other way and I see someone being behanded, meaning they're chopping a hand off, that might be interesting to just kind of see actually how they do it, because I think they do it kind of a sanitary way. But from what I've heard, you know, if they're chopping a hand, I might look down. And if I'm looking at the floor and I see some eyeless beggar grabbing at me trying to get my money, I will look up to the heavens.
Yeah,
and
we've all
if
done
in
that.
the heavens I
We've all
see
done
a
that.
drone flying over, I will look the other way because I'm being paid enough money to look the other way. What don't you understand? What is so complicated? I'm the only honest person just going to do it. Everyone else is going to have a million. They're going to go, well, actually, the Middle East is more progressive now, and he's trying to make some change. No. I'm being paid a lot of money to not care about what they do in their country.
Kind of brutal, but at least he's being honest about it. At least he's fucking being honest about it. At least he's being fucking honest about it. He is getting paid a lot of money to look the other way and not give a fuck about what they do in their own personal business, you know? Which again, you know, you have to fucking rate that. What else can you do? What else can you do? You know, me and the thing in a purple durag's fucking crazy. But yeah, I appreciate Tim Dillon. I'm not going to lie. It is a bit unhinged what he's saying. I don't agree with all of it. I do think, you know, if you have, I just don't understand sometimes. I feel like these comedians, right? They all make a lot of money anyway. It's like there's never a bag they won't do or they won't turn down. They'll rise any bag that gets mentioned, any bag that gets subbed, whatever. They're on it. You know what I mean, which might explain again why the sales stuff so high and shit. But still, I don't know, man. I just think it's odd. You know, it's odd. All this shit is odd. These guys make tons of money allegedly. But then the first chance they get to fucking shift some like shitty, Amazon style type of fucking thing, suddenly they're all fucking down on their knees doing things, you know? It's like, god damn it. Look at the girl next to her. But yeah, I just don't get it. I just don't fucking get it. I feel like they all have enough money that they can chill. How much money is enough money? Do you need to secure every single bag? Is it really that important? But I'm not somebody, you know, who knows how people's bills are, what their priorities are. It's all different, who knows? But I just feel like it's like, god damn it, man. Every job, every single one. Oh yeah, it's rather not. Let's move on from that one. Let's move on. Let's actually talk about that video that Thingy mentioned earlier. Let's do Moon. Moon have actually dropped a new clip on here, so let's play that. It's about Rogan's team and shit, right? Where is it? Somewhere around here. I've got it saved. Bear with me 1 second. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Watch. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, I think I've lost it, but I should have it somewhere around here. Where are you? Make this there. Where's Watson? Where the fuck did I put? Oh, there it is. Yeah, there. Cool. So let's do the Moon video. This is courtesy of the channel called Moon. The title of the video is "When Comedians Expose the ROGANSPHERE." So let's put it up on the screen so you can see it. There it is. That's it. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about, you motherfuckers. That's the channel, 1.5 million followers, and that's the title: "When Comedians Expose the ROGANSPHERE." Let's see what they're saying. I feel like we're getting a lot more videos, isn't it? Talking about the ROGANSPHERE, right? Not just talking about Rogan. or Bert and shit, we get a lot of videos that try to piece things together and shit and figure out how these motherfuckers are lying to us, you know?
In the last couple of years, the ROGANSPHERE was everywhere. All these comedians were some of the most influential podcasts around, even being credited as getting Trump into power. This ragtag group of random comedians were now hosting major celebrities to field experts and political candidates. If you needed good PR, you'd need to go on one of these podcasts.
Oh shit, Fig Boy, there's a Fig Boy. He put the fucking Fig Boy logo there.
Experts and political candidates. If you needed good PR,
look, there's a Fig Boy, little Fig Boy logo mentioned there. So this doc might have some shots aimed at Brendan. Little Fig Boy logo mentioned there.
You'd need to go on one of these podcasts. But now, the ROGANSPHERE is just a joke at this point, and people are completely sick of it. These people are no longer renegade thinkers fighting to have their voices heard when everyone else was trying to silence them. They're just comedians saying whatever they think comments will like, making the same points and jokes over and over again, all to ensure they continue to have any relevancy whatsoever. And people are just sick of it at this point. I mean, it's so bad that Joe Rogan's podcast was finally dethroned as the #1 podcast on Spotify. And
yeah, that's really surprising. I think the one that's the most popular, not that, I think that Mel Robbins probably doing some payola. It's that one. It's like a left-leaning politics type of show. I forgot the name. This guy's also weirdly popular, right? I keep seeing him everywhere with a bald head. It's a good time to be a white guy with a bald head in podcasting, isn't it?
Makes a lot of sense. His YouTube views are down, there's more hate than ever, and people just don't really seem to care about any of these people's opinions anymore. With Joe Rogan, people comment all the time that he's increasingly out of touch, and seemingly only complaining on his podcast rather than making jokes.
Now, you know what the unfortunate thing about Rogan is? I wouldn't even mind how boomerish he is if he just would get people to disagree with him. Have more fun guests, more random Rogan people. Like people that work in fucking sex work, gang people, experts, and I don't know, some person who's an expert on fucking ancient fucking history and shit, who's an expert in fucking pyramids, all that sort of malarkey, maybe get some drugs people involved. If he just spoke about those type of, if he had those people involved, plus he had the same political topic, but he just invited on different people who maybe disagreed with his worldview and could give examples and shit and proof, that would be fucking great. I would love that. That would be a return to form. But he doesn't do that. He's got this boomer mindset thing. He only has people on that fucking suck his dick all the time. That's what makes the show horrible. It's so annoying. Because before, he used to almost enjoy having people on that don't agree with him. So there could be a good little sparring match and, you know, an ability to kind of learn new things from each other. But now, we don't get that. Unfortunate.
Then I'm reading the comments where some guy was like, yeah, well, you guys aren't talking about is how much it costs to buy a sauna. You're making it seem like it's all free. And like what are you supposed to do? Like, every fucking thing? Like, I'm sorry if you're broke.
Oh, no, you have losing the curiosity, humor, and...
Jesus Christ, Rogan. So out of touch. Rogan understanding the basic thing people are saying. You're making it seem like this is the one thing that will cure everything. It's the one thing that's the most important thing in your life. It's making so much big difference in what you're doing. But most people don't have access to it. So you're showcasing or showing off this one thing that you've included in your regime that's making big differences in your life, that's improved your life tenfold, but most people can't even afford it. You know, most people have to spend their money elsewhere. They can't afford to just splurge, I don't know, a couple of grand on a fucking cold plunge for themselves. That's not, you know, that's not responsible financial planning for them. But hey, what do I know? What do I fucking know? Oh, but is it true? Big up Izanella. Duncan Trussell posted a response video for Elephant Gravy. Okay, cool. Maybe watch that after as well. Big up Izanella. Appreciate you.
Humility that had once drawn him this huge audience in the first place.
Going back on Joey Joe, he's like the biggest podcast. I never actually listened to him. So I listened to an episode and I'm like, oh, he's actually, respectfully, very dumb. I saw some like meme where it kind of just showed him as a caveman, and then he'd bring in like a scientist and be like, you explain fire now. Oh.
Now obviously he's not going anywhere anytime soon, but it's proof that this unstoppable ROGANSPHERE is now finally starting to decline. As it's not just Joe Rogan. Theo Von's podcast dropped from number 4 to number 7, and Andrew Schultz's podcast viewership has shrunk quite significantly. But these guys are the only ones who are still relevant today. If we look at the other comedians surrounding the ROGANSPHERE like Brennan Schwab and Brian Callen, it's a whole other story. They're the co-hosts of The Fighter and the Kid Pop.
Those guys are relevant. Oh, that's harsh. Those guys are relevant. let's look at the other guys surrounding them who aren't even relevant. Oh, this is gonna be a hard one to follow. By the way, look at how bright they look. Look at how, I won't say youngish, but look at how just full of hope they both look. Look at this. Like, they got given so many. This is taken out red carpet, right? This is taken out some red carpet somewhere. They literally thought they were going to be the next big fucking media entertainment host,
podcast,
whatever.
And at this point, it's just a complete joke. Not only are they completely torn to shred by their viewers, the subreddit completely mocks them.
Why does the Fighter and the Kid keep showing up on my feed after I block it?
And they have no real true fan base, but they also just seemingly aren't funny at all, with their comedy specials completely bombing.
I bet Sharp could get you in. Alright.
It seems like they're doing everything they can to maintain some sort of viewership. And
I definitely, from now that I watch The Fighter and the Kid, because I have to get clips for this fucking show, right? So I'm killing myself for doing that. But hey, sometimes we have to sacrifice ourselves for the greater good. I've now noticed, because I think they drop their episodes at 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. my time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I see it quite quickly on my feed. And I noticed the views. It's fairly obvious they buy views, because before I didn't used to notice it before, because I just, I just check the video out whenever I find it, a day later. But now that I see them uploading it when they upload it, you definitely do see that they start off with having, I think what they start off with is what they generally do get, like maybe 5,000 worth of views. But then you could definitely see that Brendan or somebody in that team buys a pack of views, 20,000, 40,000, and that kind of rounds up the number. But the actual amount of views that they have, or viewers, is definitely within, in my opinion, in the 5,000 to 10,000 range. Which is why I think once they launch their Patreon, which is dropping very soon, right? I think it might be today, actually. Whenever they drop their Patreon, right? Once they drop their Patreon, I think we'll see, based on their Patreon numbers. I'm sure they're going to hide it so we can't see it. But I think their Patreon numbers will give us an accurate representation on how many fans they actually have before they bought views. Because I know they pay for views. I just know it. Nobody can watch that shit now and be entertained. For sure, they pay for views. 100% sure they pay for views.
And it seems like some of the issues here isn't just Joe Rogan's dwindling influence, but also overcalculating the move to Austin, as it doesn't look like the holy move to Austin by all these comedians went as expected.
Oh, and I didn't notice that, by the way. Someone made a point about this on the Joe Rogan subreddit, that there's been a significant decrease in quality of guests, and people are now suggesting that it could be mostly not because of Rogan's political leanings, but mostly because of him being in Texas, just out of the way. And I was like, oh yeah, I never thought about that, because even if you're the most hardened alt-right right-winger, you still are going to pass through LA, California, wherever, to do some business, to see some people, to connect, or whatever, do other bits of media. Like, and for whatever it's worth, or better or worse, right? Most people do want to leave and hate this place and shit. It's still the only place that most of us, or most of those people anyway, at least, would ever gonna congregate to or go to. Not gonna go anywhere else, you know what I mean? Because there's green space, you can kind of have your privacy, sort of. I get why people decide to go, I do, because the other times are a bit, late and shit. But let's continue with Moon.
He randomly texts me. I don't know if he knew I moved or something like that. And he's like, checking in, man, blah, blah, blah. You going through a tough time? And I was like, I just moved to Austin, man. Yeah, I'm trying to find my way. How long did it take you to get back in routine and feeling comfortable? It was 3 years. I went, what? He goes, yeah, tough 3 years.
Other members of the Rogansphere like Shane Gillis and Tim Dillon at least have no qualms about voicing their distaste for Austin.
I hated it. I was vocal about it. I told everyone I hated it, and I hated everyone I met, and all of the things that people were doing I hated, and everyone there was like, this is the next city,
right?
And I didn't get it. The lake is the color of suet, but this idea that there's no homeless people there,
they're there,
is a lie.
Everything, I have no power for like 3 days.
Yeah,
Texas blows.
I didn't know that.
So, dude, the second you run
back, Shane, come on. Just say I went to Austin, and gotta tell you that Austin, that city is a boiling pot of evil goo.
In fact, it seems like they're almost eager to let everyone know how much Texas sucks, especially for comedians. Apparently, Tim Dillon was so fed up with Austin and the whole Rogansphere comedian base that he could only stand being there for 3 months before moving back to Los Angeles, of all places. However, before we continue, we need to understand what's really happening with AI automation right now. Companies are using AI
will be good. I was wrong. So when Joe wants to create a comedy hub here, God bless him, but he's fighting against a current. And cultures matter, and this culture has been around for a very long time. And I have no interest in colonizing a city and making people, making it into a great comedy city. I don't care about comedy and me and this show. It is not the move. Austin has many of the problems of Los Angeles. A lot of the homeless people. I don't give a fuck about Austin. I love Texas, but I don't care what happens to the comedy community of Austin.
Is Austin that bad compared to all the other cities in Texas? That people are, I heard people say this a lot. I heard people always say, no, Texas is beautiful, but Austin's fuck that place. And I always assumed Austin was like the place to go in Texas. Right? But yeah, I guess not. I guess not.
Austin, Texas. I don't care. It has been forever a community of sloth-like people.
But Brendan Schwab, on the other hand, seems quite determined to hide how miserable he is by talking about how lit the city is. But it seems like nobody believes him about this, not even other comedians in the same space as him, as he had to downgrade his podcast studio into a storage unit studio.
It's fucking crazy, that storage unit, man. To go from what they were before, that Thick Boy studio, say what you want about the name, but that was a proper studio, you know? Massive fucking warehouse space somewhere. Doors and shit in places. That doors, you remember? That's fucking cool. We love that. Big living space area with a dining table. Don't get me started, the dining table. I think some seats over there as well. So yeah, to go from that big fucking massive place that they had in fucking LA with his own fucking brewing machine, all that sort of nonsense, getting the ball in the corner, all that fuck that shit. Yeah. Look at that, mate. Look at that. Look at that.
Studio in the middle of nowhere with a ridiculously loud AC.
But I will say this. You're talking about
the AC. I'm sad that that era's over, man. I'm sad that arc is over. That was so fucking fun. The AC stress was so fucking hilarious, man. I loved it. I love the AC stress. The AC stress was so fucking funny.
What is that noise? It's AC kicks on for a little bit, it'll turn off. Don't worry.
But along with motion sensor lights that turn off during the podcast. Some people are even speculating that he might be hoping someone will steal the cars in the studio so that he can claim the insurance.
Really? Really? No way. Like, number one, show off assets, get robbed, claim fake insurance check, use it as a reason to end Tfatk case, scoop up sympathy views on new personal channel, switch up into guns and alpha niche. Rinse repeat. Really? That's interesting. That could be the reason why he's showing off with the fucking cars in the garage and shit, or the lifts and stuff. He wants to get robbed. And obviously if he rob you, then you can't get caught. Like, huh? So bizarre. So bizarre. This is true. What the fuck? This is actually terrible. No fucking cap. This is absolutely terrible. Wow. And when this happened? Crazy.
Insurance money and quits. But funnily enough, it seems like the move to Austin marked the slow decline of the entire ROGANSPHERE podcast group. While Austin is a great city and might have better tax benefits than California, the fact that all these Californians are moving from LA to Austin has just brought the same issues over. Meaning Austin's just a smaller version of LA, but on top of that, there's none of the benefits of LA. Not many people actually live there, and guess to any of these
Really? As in not many people live in Austin? Overall, not many comedians live in Austin. Huh.
Podcasts will have to go out of their way if they want to appear on one of the ROGANSPHERE's podcasts. Instead of a hub of media, they're basically slap bang in the middle of nowhere in America. And while this won't be such an issue for someone like Joe Rogan, all the others in the ROGANSPHERE don't have that same kind of influence or funds to either willingly fly someone out just to spend a few hours on a podcast, or even try to convince someone to fly out to Austin in the first place to be.
To be fair though, the flying stuff, I have read or people have said between the lines and shit, or just keeping it shum, that he does pay people to go on the show. So if you were to go on the show, it wouldn't be out of your own pocket. He'd pay for the flights, accommodation, everything. Everything bless, everything Irie. You just got to send him your passport and shit. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So yeah, bless. Let's continue.
be on one of these podcasts. And so because there's so many of these same comedians in the same space, in this relatively small city, it just means the whole Rogansphere's become a giant circle jerk. Everyone tells the same jokes, everyone thinks the same stuff, everyone has the same political talking points, all with the exact same guests who fly over and do a podcast circuit around Austin. And that's when viewers began to realize that most of these comics weren't as funny or as insightful as they seemed to think. In fact, they all just seemed the exact same. All these podcasts became almost indistinguishable. Everyone just trying to replicate Joe Rogan's success with a slightly worse podcast. It's getting so bad that Brandon Schwab is literally selling knockoff hair gel at this point just to pay the bills. And while it can be interesting to have comedy podcasters talk about politics, it soon became obvious that they were just pandering to whatever was the current narrative. Picking sides during the election kind of made sense, but when the dust settled in America, all the Rogansphere podcasters had to start changing their tune.
People that like, they'll DM me and be like, you see what your boy's doing? You voted for this. I'm like, I voted for none of this. He's doing the exact opposite of everything I voted for. I want him to stop the wars. He's funding them. I want him to shrink spending, reduce the budget. He's increasing it. It's like everything that he said he's going to do, except sending immigrants back.
Meaning it was difficult for anyone to actually take them at their word anymore. Now, of course, comedians are allowed to have political views and they're allowed to have them change, as comedians are often the ones pointing out the flaws in the system in the first place. But the issue is when it gets preachy, repetitive, and just so monotonous, where you'll find a comedian lecturing you and polarizing you about repetitive topics that probably you just want to get away from in the first place.
Now we're watching it really heavy now. People grift to a side politically is so fucking funny to me.
It's wild. We're seeing, we know who these people are.
Yeah, like if
we know who these comedians are. Like we're talking about comics, and we're just like, it's so funny. Like the comics that we know that are like everyone's doing well, everyone's like going on the road, but they're doing. There's people doing so well with this grift that you go that like we're all just sitting here like in disbelief.
If you go on any of Joe Rogan,
some of them are trying though. Some of them are trying. They're not sitting in disbelief. Some of them are trying really hard to be the next one. It's pathetic and weird, but some of them are trying. Some of them are trying. Cool. Anybody else there for the questions, or are we gonna leave it there? I'd say leave it, to be fair, but nope. There she is putting her leg up. What she wants. Mr. RIYADH. Cool. What's the new collection? I'm assuming. Yep, it is. Cool. So we're meant to be doing. Let's press play.
Rogan's recent podcast or the Joe Rogan subreddit, you'll just see that most people were so bored with the recent guests, especially when all the Rogansphere comedians talk about the same stuff like Elk Meat Ice Baths, MMA guests, and boring culture war talking points, or even just these comedians completely ignoring what their guest has to say. It's all ironic as this focus on politics over comedy has turned the Rogansphere and Austin's comedy scene into just a bad circle jerk joke, and other comedians are now starting to call them out on it. Bill Burr and Mark Maron in particular have no issue calling the Rogansphere out, and while Burr wasn't pulling any punches, he was a bit more diplomatic about how he addressed the issue.
There's an ugliness that's out there right now where, there's certain podcasts out there that if you're a racist, if you're an anti-Semite, if you're a psycho-nationalist and you want a softball interview, there's podcasts out there where you can, and they will laugh at your fucking bad jokes and just give you this pass. And it's like, there's a really ugly thing that's going on out there, and the kind of things we've already seen this, and we've seen what it does to a nation, and it's not the way to go. It's not the way to go.
What do you feel about politicians and billionaires who've appeared on podcasts of your peers to try to leverage comedy for their own goals?
Oh, dude, it was before that. I remember the first time I saw a president go on the Tonight Show. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I thought it was cheapening the office. It's like they never did that. They used to run for office. They would have the debates, and they wouldn't even go on Meet the Press. So, but I just feel like now that everybody has a camera and blah, 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 it's just so all over the place. I just think the landscape of it has changed. All I can say is personally, I would never do it. I would never have somebody come on that's running for fucking president with my intellect. I'm not going to sit there and be like, what are your, what's your foreign policy? Like, I would be like within 3 minutes, dude, what was your favorite Super Bowl? The people that read and the people that are the subject of what you're reading. You know what I mean? There's people that like discover shit and figure shit out, and then there's the people that read it. Like, the amount of people that can explain the theory of relativity. That's probably not a lot of people, but they can do it. But then there's this ego thing that because now I can explain it like I'm somehow Einstein adjacent. It's like, no, you're not. You just read some smart shit.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't to say Burr is innocent of polarizing his audience. Especially in recent years, he's been saying some really questionable stuff.
It's so fucking, these fucking billionaires, they need to be put down, you know, like fucking rabid dogs.
But where he differs from the ROGANSPHERE is that he makes a point of angering everyone. As Conan put it, no one's happy when he's talking.
The left have been really embracing you, and they're sharing your video.
No, that's not true, dude.
Certain parts of the left.
That's not true. That's not true.
Certain portions of the left.
That's not true. That fucking shit post Me Too, where it went from people shouldn't sexually assault people, absolutely, to I don't like what you're talking about in your act, was fucking nuts. It was McCarthyism on the left. And now you've gone to the other side on the right.
Mark, on the other hand, had no issue calling Joe Rogan and his buddies out by name.
There's two people that are the pioneers in terms of comedy that inspired this generation to do it, which is a generation below you.
Yeah, I get it.
It's you?
Just one below me.
And Mario Batali.
But yeah, me and who else?
Rogan.
Okay.
Who's that?
Joe Rogan.
Joseph Rogan?
Yeah, he's out of Texas.
Oh, Texas. Got it. Yeah. I got it. Got it.
Yeah. You love Austin, don't you?
He's running half the planet out of Texas.
Yeah.
He's got a tight hold on the enlightened meathead.
I think if Hitler were alive today, he'd probably appear on...
Enlightened meathead is such a fucking crazy diss, and it's so simple yet so effective. He's got a stranglehold on the enlightened meathead audience. Like, fucking hell. He's got a way with words, this Mark Maron. He can hate in a lot of very clever ways.
On Theo Von's podcast.
It seems like the whole Austin circle jerk ROGANSPHERE bubble is slowly falling in on itself. And while Joe Rogan still has a great podcast and won't be going anywhere anytime soon, his dwindling influence will ripple across all the other comedians that need him to survive. And it's going to be interesting seeing how long these guys can last, saying the exact same stuff on repeat for the next few years.
I would disagree with that last point. Big up Moon. I'll disagree with that last point slightly. I don't think these comedians need Rogan to survive. I think what's going to be interesting to see is how quickly and by how much they turn off their own fans. It's not really about Rogan anymore. Rogan doesn't really control anything. Rogan doesn't control anything. No one player is really going to have that kind of pull. But regardless of what happens, I actually would love to see, and I think, would love to see, but I think nowadays going forward, they're going to have a harder time entertaining and holding on to their audience. Because I've seen the shift. Duncan Trussell, I've seen the shift on his platform or his subreddit. I've seen people fucking changing their tune, questioning things, questioning why they wanted the fucking whatever, questioning why it wasn't even streamed online, like all loads of things, man. Like, come on, bro. So yeah, he's in a bit of a bad place at the moment, but we'll get there. We'll freaking get there. We will freaking get there. Moving on. Big up Moon, by the way. Check out that video. It's really good. I enjoyed it there. I enjoyed it, but I think the demise of them is a bit too hasty, It's a little bit too hasty, but big up Zoom straight away. Big up Moon, big up Zoom, big up Moon straight away. Let's continue on. Let's do a little bit of Tfatk actually, because let's do this. Legion of Skanks. Big J is not a fan of Jake Shields, so Legion of Skanks had an episode recently. And it looks like they are not getting along with each other too well, because I think Dave Smith is really good friends with Jake Shields. They seem to have become really close. Jake Shields been involved in his political culture war shit for a while now. So yeah, what's his name has I can't remember my guy's name, but yeah. Anyway, regardless, let's check out this argument. Some sort of beef is going on. I haven't watched this yet, so I want to hear what you have to say as well, you guys. Regarding Big J Oakerson not being a big fan of Jake Shields.
Allowed, if you guys don't want to, can I publicly denounce Jake Shields and all of his stupidity? That guy was the biggest fuck. That guy was my least favorite guest we've ever had.
Ouch.
What's my least favorite guest we've ever had?
Christ.
I don't know about that.
He wasn't good at comedy.
He was neither good, he was neither funny, he was neither intelligent, he was also not good at speaking.
I mean,
big up Big J Oakerson, bro. That's fucking brutal. Look how Dave Smith is just not even giving anything. Come on, Dave. That's your boy, no? Defend your boy.
most of that is true.
I think 100% of it is true. That guy was fucking retarded.
No, I mean, look, he had some moments that were funny. He had some, he had a moment with the saying that the demon baby was a Jew. That was funny.
Was it?
Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
Was it super funny?
That made me laugh. Yeah.
What are you so angry about though, Jay? I mean, I don't know. It didn't work. We've had lots of guests that didn't.
We've had lots of guests that didn't work. Yeah.
I think he's just kept going since he went on. That thing he posted with you is batshit fucking crazy. I just said I don't want to ever think that I'm complicit in someone's fucking thoughts when they come on the fucking show. I think that guy was a jerk off to like the top tier.
Right, dude. But he's like my guy who I booked on the show. So like I don't know. I mean, he's the picture that he posted.
What do you mean he's like your guy? Isn't he a little bit dicey, that guy? I like this, man. Big up Big J. I like him more because of this. I'm not gonna lie, because this is something that I've always kind of wondered about these comedians. They seem to be willing to speak to anybody and everybody as long as it's gonna get them a click. Even if it means, even if it's somebody that's like a terrible person, they just want to have a conversation for the hope of it's gonna essentially they're all clout chasers. And they don't ever seem to have an issue with it. Like, it's always just like, yeah, whatever. It's like, brother, like, can't you be a little bit more selective about, who you choose and shit? Like, I don't know. And also, it's Jake Shields, bro. You're not going to miss out on much. You know what I mean? It's Jake fucking Shields, please. It's not like he's like this big Paul. He's really important. He's got interesting ideas. It's like, brother. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Come on now. Come on.
I can't really be mad at him for posting a picture of me when he came on my podcast. The thing he said about, he goes,
is that true? Yeah, big up Chris Mack. Jake Shields is an unapologetic fan of Hitler. Exactly. There you go. That's enough to me to be okay with. But that's the thing. After watching that video with Tim Dillon trying to justifying in his head and to his audience why he's going to perform at the RIYADH Comedy Festival, it's safe to say, when people used to say this a lot, but now I get it. It's safe to say if Hitler was alive, a lot of these guys would have him on their pod in a heartbeat. They'd be giggling at his fucking jokes like loads. They might even defend the fucking decision on social media. Like, people used to say that and it used to always be a little jokey joke, but now I get it. Like, people are so fucking washed. It's like, oh yeah. Anyway, let's go back to this.
Some areas of disagreement about Hitler.
He allows you to be his friend even though you're Jewish, Dave. How impressive. Exactly. He allows you to.
Ultimately, he wasn't a great guest on the show, unquestionably. I like Jake. Every time I've hung out with him,
he's got nothing to say about that. So Dave Smith is a Jew and he's okay being friends with a guy that believes in, is a fan of Hitler or is a Holocaust denier or whatever it may be. I wonder how you wrangle that in your head. I wonder how you wrangle that in your head. You're a practicing Jew, but then you're okay being friends with somebody that's a fan of Hitler. Do you just not ask questions? Do you just if you have to see it for yourself, you can change your mind? Like, how are you able to be a fan of a guy when he's like, I just don't know. I just don't get it, man. I just don't fucking get it. I just don't get it. Oh, it's catch Sandra. But yeah, let's continue.
Really liked him as like a dude, as just like a normal dude. We're like hanging out.
How is that possible?
Because he wasn't what he was on the show, like in life. Like when I've hung out with him at Skankfest walking around, he's not like, but same with as a comedy podcaster, like, no, he didn't catch, all it was him simply just not being a good comedy podcaster. Like, he didn't get the fucking rhythm. He talked over people.
Loose J Gomez trying to tell us who's a good he's the judge of what makes a good comedy podcaster. Brother, you're barely a good comedy podcaster yourself. That's the only thing he has to be fair to him. Let me take that back. The only thing he can lean on really is his comedy podcasting. He's way better on fucking Legion of Skanks than he is on any bit of special he's ever done. Loose J Gomez, in my opinion anyway. He's so majestic with it when he's like, at full speed. But yeah, this is fucking fascinating. I love this because they never call each other out. So it's fascinating to see this be played out on live stream or when they were recording this anyway.
He kept on making the same dumb Jew joke. He's dumb.
He is very dumb.
Okay.
But they get, They are.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, the only reason why I'm not like, do I kind of agree with you? Sure, but we've had really bad guests on the show.
Yo, be up, Ryan Harty. No, not yet, brother. That's coming up next. Not yet. That's coming up next. Tranquilo. It's coming up next.
Show, and we didn't make it a point to go out and publicly trash them afterwards. So I just don't typically do that. I just wouldn't have them back on the show.
No, I wouldn't have them back on the show. But no, I think to me, it's worth. I didn't do it on the show because I don't want to make people too uncomfortable.
Also, he's an excellent fighter.
No, there's nothing about. Can I tell you something? I thought about this extensively. It's oddly liberating.
To be fair, that was funny. Why didn't you bring us up? Why didn't you bring this up on the show? I didn't remember. Or was it because he kicked your ass? No. That was actually quite good. That was a good clapback from Dave Smith. Let's give it to him.
It's worth. I didn't do it on the show because I don't want to make people too uncomfortable.
Also, he's an excellent fighter.
No, there's nothing about. Can I tell you something? I thought about this extensively. It's oddly liberating to know it's a situation where it's like, if it came and it's like, well, you want to go outside and talk about it? Like, no, I know how that goes. I'm talking about right now. You're a jerk off is my point. There's no there's no thing about it where it's like, well,
you're saying
the guy could definitely kick my ass. Say again.
You're not saying it to him. Like, if you would have said, if that was a thing, if you would have just held to that on the show and be like, yeah, dude, I don't really dig your thing. But it's like, he doesn't, I don't know. It just doesn't.
Hold on. Why do you have to say it to his face though? Isn't he more saying that he doesn't want to have Jake Shields on Legion of Skanks anymore? And he also sounds like he's trying to call out his friend, Dave Smith, and going like, why are you friends with this guy? That's what it sounds like. But they're trying to make it seem like, oh, Big J can't have this stance because he didn't say it to this guy's face. Why would I say it to his face? I'm talking to my friends, It
makes sense to go and just just don't have him on again. We all talked about this off air. We all agree. We're not like, it's not like we're sitting here going like, oh, he was a great guest, we should have him on again. He just wasn't good.
I'll defend in the sense because I'm buddies with Jake. He has been cool many times that we've hung out. It's also like, he's not
because you agree with him on Israel. It's okay then.
Well, no, but actually, Jay, it has nothing to do with that. That's not at all. I met Jake before he had ever taken a position on Israel or the Jews or anything like that. That happened like after.
Sorry, my computer's going a little bit loopy because I think I might have too many windows open right now. So let me just quickly, M4 MacBook Air, but I'm still moving. Like I've got one of those old PCs, so please bear with me while I quickly shut some things down because I think I have encoding errors because I have a bunch of windows open like a fucking idiot. So let me get rid of a couple of windows. Bear with me 1 second on here, my friends. Let me get rid of a couple of windows because I am bugging out. So please let me get rid of a couple of windows. Let me get rid of a couple windows here before we continue. Whilst we're here, just intermission. Make sure you smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. And all things in between. As we get rid of these windows, make sure you do all those things, and help a kid out. Couple more to go. Let's just make sure I use it. Big up the stream chat too. What you guys saying? Big up Josie. What is this? What is with this way of thinking? If we disagree, this goes to fighting. We are grown adults. Fight with your words. Anyone can fight with their hands. Have some self-control. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But again, I guess to give Bobby Lee some credit. When he said it, I'm not gonna lie. When Bobby Lee first started complaining about like the jock sort of like the jock sort of like bro mentality of stand-up comedy, I'm not gonna lie, when he initially said that, I did think in my head, Bobby Lee's just a bit of a pussy though, isn't it? He's a little bit of a, That's what I thought him initially. I thought he's a little bit of a pussy, a little bit of a crybaby. But Bobby Lee, what he was trying to say, or the point he made, is being held true now. Like that sort of jock mentality, that vibe in stand-up comedy is what's created what we have now. You know, where like you can't disagree with somebody with your words. It has to go to fighting stuff. And that's sort of like bled into the culture wars too. You know, there's this kind of like manosphere, alpha male, and most of these guys aren't alpha males anyway. But that's how they kind of purport to be, you know, and walk around like. So it's a bit unfortunate, to be fair. Cool. I got rid of all the windows. Let's fucking go now. Back to this video. Apologies for that little delay there. I was moving mad.
No, that's how he was defending your friendship. I mean, that's how he was defending.
No, but I'm just saying. I think Jake was trying to make a joke about that. Like
he was trying to do.
Well, he was trying to make it funny. Like, oh, I'm cool with Davis and Jew. He kept on saying it.
Shit. If you're friends with him, you should tell him to stop trying to be funny. He's failing. If that's what this all is.
Right. Jesus Christ.
I also don't think that Jake Shields would have tried to beat you up if you.
Why is Dave Smith like sulking so much? By the way. He's got a really weird skull on his face, isn't it? He's not really saying much as well. He's just really angry. He seems really angry. Like if you like, this is probably not the best way to approach this. To be fair, to be fair to Dave Smith, this is probably not the best way to approach this topic. They probably shouldn't be having this conversation on air, but it's happening now. Talk about it. Why has he got this like skull on his face? Why is he glaring at Jake? You know, at Big J. Like you're having this conversation. Start talking. Defend your friend. Defend your position. I don't know. Try and find out why Big J Oakerson has such a problem with Jake Shields. Try and get to the root of it. I don't know. Talk about something, innit? Man just there screwing his face up.
No,
nothing ever came. No. You guys didn't even have an argument on the podcast.
Absolutely, and I said that before. And it, well, I thought he didn't enjoy that. I told him he should tell his fucking friend he's a shitty father for raising a fucking psychopath and fueling that for sure. When the moment of the show's happening and it's going on, I think
that was probably talking about Rampage Jackson and Roger Jackson, I'm assuming.
Challenges, quote unquote, that I fucking threw was that thing there. I definitely was going at the Rampage thing for sure. And I mentioned about being Jewish to him like 6 times where he just literally ignored it, which was strange also. And then at the end, but I'm just not like, I don't know. To me, it's like this Legion of Skanks isn't like, I'm not looking for him. You're right. It wasn't a thing to start a fight with him or anything. And he was dumb and the way he talks sounded retarded. So he just kept going. But I just felt like we were like,
Jesus Christ. Big J Oakerson's making it very clear he's not a big fan of Jake Shields. The way he talks is dumb and he's fucking retarded. Like, God damn. And Dave Smith's just sitting there thinking, oh, that's my friend. That's my friend. Is he really your friend though, as well, by the way? Let's also chill out with this title or this label that you're putting on friends. Is he your friend or did he just be on your podcast a couple of times?
I don't also feel like I'm like sitting there like nodding head to what he's. I mean, I want people. I should have said that I didn't want to be shitty to a guest, I guess is the answer, and make a weird situation. I get it. Like I am happy to go on afterwards and be like, yo, I think that guy fucking sucked. Like to have no belief that I was like, guy's all right.
Are you offended by his hate the Jew thing? Is that what fucking you don't like about it? Because I just don't quite get what.
Offended's the wrong word. Offended's the wrong word. I think he's too stupid to make a statement like that. He's got nothing behind what he's saying. He's a moron.
All right, fine, but like, what are you like angry at him about?
Because he was doing
exactly. Get it?
I tell you what on the episode that fucking sucked. That he was so like retardedly like just. Like matter of fact about the dumb shit he was saying, that when we got to our things that we're doing jokes, like seemed like I didn't even want to do, like when we even got to like the Cracker Barrel thing, I'm like, yo, my drawing is so hilariously like racist and stuff. I was like, I don't even want to do it because I'm like, well, I'm with people who are actually retarded fucking racist, it seems.
Is that why you mumbled over the N-word and the trampling at the zoo part of the song?
No, I think so. Oh yeah, because the guy in the back was definitely going to yell it out.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Look, once again,
I don't want the show. Listen, the show is a funny show, and we go on racially charged topics and touch on all those fucking things. I don't think we're racist. I don't think we're fucking like. Right, so when we bring on somebody who's like, it's like, oh, they're not playing with us. This guy's trying to pump out some shit.
Jesus, Dave Smith. He's saying you have a. Nah, Dave Smith, you gotta respond. You gotta defend yourself here. He's saying your friends are racist. So are you friends with racists, Dave Smith? You gotta respond to that one. You can't let that slide. Jesus Christ. Big J Okerson letting it all hang out.
I spend so much time defending, like, not like a tooth and nail, but just like putting out there, almost like dismissing people to be like, yeah, because we're fucking around, idiot. Like, if you're giving us any problems with this, like, you're wasting your time. Like, if you're coming here to yell at me for the plight of black people, it's like you're wasting your time. I know, we're kidding. Do you know what I mean? Like, so when I get to a thing where it's like I'm sitting there and it's gonna seem like I'm like idly like smiling while some guy's just like, it's like, no, you're not kidding, dude. And it kind of is like it blows, and like you're kind of polluting the thing that we are doing, and then you lose argument.
Jay, I feel like you were a little bummed out during Jews versus blacks, and I thought it was such a fun game, and I was like, oh, Jay's not even chiming in. He hates Jake Shields.
yeah, you're not wrong. I was like, dude, I don't want to play. I don't want to play with this guy.
I don't want to play with him.
I don't want to play with him.
So, in a roundabout way, Big J saying it's like it's all fun and games joking about being racist until a real racist walks in the room. That kind of doesn't make Jake Seals sound that great. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of doesn't make Big J Okerson sound that great. If he gets uncomfortable making racist jokes or racist innuendos when somebody that he feels like is racist in the room, who isn't a part of the team, who's a guest, it makes him feel uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. Why not just like maybe chill with racist jokes and innuendos? Why not just find humor in other things? Why is it suddenly now, clashing against your morals, making you fucking question everything now that people are asking you at your doorstep, I don't think that's cool either. So I see where they're getting at. I see where they're coming from, but I feel like this attack is a bit unwarranted, especially if they're friends. They should have spoken about this off air. As much as I appreciate him doing this, and as funny as it is to see fucking Dave Smith, a grown-ass man, sulking, he's clearly got a scowl on his face, right? He's clearly upset. I think they could have easily had a conversation over here. I don't think this needs to happen on the on stream or anything. It would have got sorted out easier before that as well. But hey, what do we know? Dum. Honestly, look at them. It's so funny.
Let's come out with a brand new shitty Legion of Skanks logo next week. Get everyone to lose their minds and be like, all right, guys, after all the backlash, we decided to keep it and see how much we can drum up.
Make it people of different races, like all holding hands. Like make it something really like gay.
So yeah, man. Big J Okerson and Dave Smith looks like they are more and more they're falling out. So don't be surprised, because unfortunately politics is really supercharged nowadays. It also has seeped into every part of fucking society. You can't really avoid, question about fucking bread, questions about fucking coffee, all that. I don't know. Just there are certain things that are universal. But I also think these type of situations kind of highlight to you just how high stakes, how important certain things are for some people. And I just don't think that is going to last, I think we're going to see probably the end of a couple people in there long term going forward because of the, change in personnel and shit. So it's kind of sad to see this group of legends with their own pod as well being broken up most likely by some of these kids. You get me? But hey, what do I know? Now to get me. Absolutely not. Yeah, is he playing with dead? What's going on there? Cool. We did that one. Now let's do Duncan Trussell. Duncan Trussell has had some interesting words to say about Elephant Graveyard, so I'm curious to see what he had to say. There he is. There's Duncan Trussell. What's his response? There we go. Duncan Trussell's response to Elephant Graveyard. Is that his whole response or is that the clip? Let's see. Hopefully he timestamped it, the motherfucker.
Look at that poor thing.
Did he timestamp it or not?
Like, incredible. I'm jet lagged. Trussell. Though, man, like, it's just insane. My brain is mush. Traveling around the planet, going to the other side of the planet and back, and it just fucks with your head.
Look at that comment. Look at the first comment in the reply to Duncan Trussell's video. Nothing screams peace and love like an enthusiasm rich gambling pitch. Is fucking hilarious, by the way. Cool. Let's move. Let's continue on.
I don't know if you knew this, but time zones are not just in the United States. Did you know that, Josh? They're actually, they have. I think that, it's unethical to, as they say, dox people. And I got to say, I agree with that.
Hold on.
Mushy, and I have been working nonstop on an incredible video.
Okay.
I don't want to build it up too much. I just want to say in advance, I think some of you might think that, you know, it's unethical to, as they say, dox people. And I got to say, I agree with that. But, you know, sometimes you have to ask yourself, is anonymity good for people all the time? You know, maybe sometimes when someone is trapped in anonymity, you free them, you liberate them.
What?
You rescue them from a self-imposed prison. And so the video you're about to see, I've worked on it nonstop. It's long, but I figured we could just show it. It's about an hour and a half long. It took me a long time to do nonstop, man. Look at my eyes. If they seem tired, I am so, not that video, Josh. Don't play that. Go ahead and play the video itself I sent you. Do you have it? What's wrong?
I'm getting.
Get ready, guys.
No, that's not that one.
Not that one.
What?
Don't
Come
play
on,
that.
bro.
All right.
Jesus Christ, podcast producer, get with it, brother. Get with it.
Play the video. We went through it a million times. Been working nonstop on this, you guys.
This one.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Let's roll. Pangolins. I mean, what are they? They're cute, but are they evil? Kind of like lizards. I remember pangolins. Yeah. That was when I used to play Hollow Knight. I think there were pangolins in there. Can't wait for Silk Song. Should I buy a Switch for that? Seems crazy. Isn't it going to be on PlayStation? They've added a new cake pop at Starbucks. A raccoon. Or something that is trying to be a raccoon. And yet, look at that poor thing's eyes. It's like it knows it's a SNATCHES.
Is this like a parody of like Elephant Graveyard? Is this what he's doing? What the fuck is going? I don't understand what's happening right now.
Come, always seeking realness, wanting to be authentic, and yet doomed to forever be a poor imitation. I'm thinking a lot about doors and walls.
What?
A wall without a door sends a message. It says, you can't come in. Add a door to it, and the wall changes. With enough force, any wall becomes a door. Any wall can be overcome. And in this overcoming, we merge with the wall. We become forever part of the wall's story. Pangolins. I mean, what are they? Pangolins. I mean, what the fuck? What are they? Pangolins. Josh, what the fuck? I mean, pangolins. I mean, what are the fuck?
Hold on.
What the fuck?
Oh shit.
This is shit. What the fuck is this?
Let me.
What's happened to Duncan Trussell? What's happened to Duncan Trussell, man? What the fuck was this? He should have responded to it in a sincere way. Maybe held his hands up to some of the some of his own shortcomings. Maybe provided some context to some other things. Whatever. But this is horrible. Essentially, he's trying to say the whole video was bullshit, and he's trying to take the piss out of it by taking the piss out of Elephant Graveyard style. I'm assuming. This is a horrible response, man. So far, anyway. Maybe he cleans up later, but this is weird. What happened to this guy, man? Remember, he was the one guest on JRE everyone was looking forward to having. When Rogan was going like a bad run of guests, whenever his name would come up, or you saw the thumbnail or that he was on the show next, everyone would be so excited. Like, yes, Duncan Trussell's going to be there. We're finally going to get a good, vintage Rogan episode. 5 hours, 4 hours of just pure fucking weed talk, right? Astrology talk, whatever else it may be in between, like whatever he's studying and shit, new Buddha, whatever religion shit. Now he's just this guy. Awful.
Hold on.
You...
Sorry about that.
What? Are you kidding?
Yeah, good point, Brian Harty. Ignoring it would have been better, innit? Ignoring it actually would have been better. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Josie, too many acid trips. To be honest, I think it's probably less to do with acid trips and more to do with money. That's more to do with money. I think since he had his kid, I'm gonna say the kid is what maybe ruined Duncan Trussell. Having a kid and a wife, I think, ruined him. Because I don't think before he had any real life responsibilities. He was kind of living probably, I'd imagine he was probably, living the life of a yogi, living the life of a hippie, traveling around the world, living out of his van, camping in places, taking trips, hanging out with people, just having fun, living that kind of alternate lifestyle. Then you have a kid and you have a wife, shit gets real, shit becomes real. Suddenly you're not, sleeping in a fucking tent or on a barge isn't that appealing. You want a house. Then you start thinking about schools and all this malarkey. I mean, you become like a domesticated person very, very quickly. You become a homebody very, very quickly. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe the child is what happened. And then as soon as that happened, he had bills to pay. And when you have bills to pay, suddenly it's not so bad to have a million ads on your podcast. It's not so bad to fucking be running cover for fucking Rogan and all these type of people. It's not so bad to like not see the error in your ways and not see the error in others. It's not. I mean, that's what's happening here right now.
Me? What happened?
I got a little rusty. You left to Australia. I got drunk a lot. I'm getting used to doing this again. Okay,
dude, I worked on that. I've been up for 2 nights working on this fucking thing. Play it again.
All right.
He keeps mentioning he keeps mentioning the working thing. It's almost like he's got an issue with people mentioning how hard Elephant Graveyard works on his videos. He keeps mentioning it all the time, isn't it? Working thing. It seems like that's the one thing he's hung up on. Like people giving Elephant Graveyard credit for working so long to edit that video the way he edited it. Like, why would that be an issue? Why is that getting underneath your bonnet? Why is that bugging you so much? Do you not work on what you do?
Did you just...
Hold on, I'm refreshing it.
All right.
From the beginning?
Yes. Okay. People are coming in right now. You can't... Okay. Do it again. Pangolins. I mean, what are they? They're cute, but are they evil? Kind of like lizards. I remember pangolins.
So is that not a bit? He just fast. Okay, let's fast forward a bit. I don't care. Let's fast forward it.
What the fuck?
All
right. Just work. You work on it. We'll just work on it. We'll come back to the video. No big deal. It's cool, man. Okay. Look, guys, having a little tech issue here. The you know how it is. You never know. Like with Mercury is not in, or it is in retrograde. Mercury's in retrograde somewhere, and so that means you're gonna get like tech issues. We'll fix it. This video is gonna blow your fucking mind. It is a powerful expose, and it sends a message, and it's important. It's an important video that people need to see. You didn't ask why I'm so dressed up, Josh.
I just, I need
ask why.
Why are you so dressed up?
Well, I went to mass today. Yes, I went to mass because...
Was that it? Was that the response? Does he mention it anywhere else? Oh, this is fucking awful, man. Let's see if he mentions it in a transcript. Let's see. Does he mention Elephant Graveyard by name in the entire video? He doesn't. Okay, there we go. Please address... Okay, there we go. There you go. Here we go.
Please address the Elephant Graveyard episode. I'm not sure what that is. Can you send a link? Getting some Harmony Crew invites. Thank you very much. Thank you. If you could see the little video that Josh fucked up, you would probably get other vibes, more of like a Ken Burns kind of vibe. But I appreciate that because I do think he's a genius.
So is that the response?
Dalton says we're connected by 2 degrees.
That's a funny okay, let's read through the comments. Maybe I'm mistaken what's going on. That's a funny parody of Elephant Graveyard video style, but oh man, I'm so disappointed to see the title of the video and then there's not any response to some of the points brought up in the last Elephant Graveyard video. It'll be really interesting to hear Duncan. Exactly, that's what I said. If he's going to address it properly. Like actually address some of the points that were made because he was featured in the video anyway. But he's not. He's got this like scowl on his face as he's reading the fucking chats. Honestly, terrible. It would be, what do you say? It would be interesting to hear Duncan and what he has to say. about some of the stuff, especially where it shows footage of what Jerry, where Duncan were told Rogan exactly in detail what was going to happen to him. It's truly uncanny how accurate he was. Duncan, the Oracle, getting down to the press. Okay. Anyone who associates with Teal is not to be trusted. It is just unfortunate to see Duncan as compromised as the rest of them. That's what he said there. We played D&D together. We honestly don't know why everyone is so upset. I believe it's Norman Donald said nothing is funny than parody of a parody. Cool. You got the guy who got you. You got the guy who got who you wanted. Okay. I don't know what to believe. Hey Duncan, this is last week, so I found about the. Cool. Well, that was a response. It wasn't really a response. Just a huge clickbait. Huge fucking clickbait. And I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna downvote. I don't usually downvote videos, but huge clickbait on that one. So you can eat that downvote. You can eat that fucking downvote, you guy. Let's move on. Let's do some Tfatk shit. Let's see what we missed out on Tfatk quickly. Let's see what we missed out on Tfatk. What have I missed out on Tfatk? Bear me a second here. Let's bear me a second here. Bear me a second. Let's scroll down. What I missed out on. Let's do this one. Papa's Gringo Katina coming to Austin. What? What's this one?
Here at Tito's Cantina, tomorrow, UFC 319. Make sure you don't miss it. The only place in Florida where you can watch championship fights with a 5-time UFC light heavyweight champion here at Tito's Cantina. Hope to see you tomorrow.
Okay. Who do you think is more redacted? Brendan or Tito Ortiz? Who's the smartest out of them anyway? Who do you say is the smartest? Tito or fucking Papa? Tito or Papa? Who do you think is actually the smartest person? If you had to guess. I think they're neck and neck, man, in terms of stupidity and lack of intelligence.
Here at Tito's Cantina, tomorrow, UFC 319. Make sure you don't miss it. The only place in Florida where you can watch championship fights with a 5-time UFC light heavyweight champion here at Tito's Cantina. Hope to see you tomorrow.
Not the first time he's done this. Let's play this one. Oh no, I'm not going back that one. Let's do that one. What happened to Tigerfic? True.
His feet.
Yeah, he's hunching. Oh fuck.
He hits him all the time. He gets those
body
uppercuts.
What's wrong with him?
There you go.
35 seconds, Brendan, to
Who got hurt?
We have one knockdown.
What the fuck's he doing there?
You were here for the knockdown.
Oh, he's emptying out, I think, the water,
break,
right? He's emptying the water. He's emptying out all the lip and then pouring the glass. Yeah.
Come on, buddy. That shot did affect him. Even though
Honestly, touching the ice with your hands, man. God damn. Putting your bare hands into the fucking ice bucket is just disgusting, bro. At least get some tongs, you know what I mean? Or just, I don't know, pour the cup. Just use the cup as the fucking hand. You know, take the fucking glass and just fucking dunk it in ice and then grab the thing that way. You have to fucking cover all the ice cubes with your fucking sweaty hands.
look like he trips.
Look. You just step back. You can't even.
Yeah, it's not a huge arena, is it?
Doesn't look like it. There you go. You were asking what he's doing.
There you go. Talking to his dad.
Just trying to stay hyped, right? I mean,
you don't get too.
Just leave it open, right? Leave it open so loads of shit can fly in there.
not burning cows, just
bang.
Nervously, are you?
Of course.
Not even nervous. Look at him. He's so fucking poised. He's ready.
Fucking hell, bro.
See, you can't have big muscles. Like
Tommy's upper body, like his shoulders and arms, are huge.
It just slows you down.
It really is. It really isn't that difficult to just use your cup.
Like a stingray.
Most big hitters don't have like a
disgusting. But yeah, what happened to Tigerfic? Remember the lie he said about fucking what's his name? Who was that football player buying it? Do you remember? I forgot his name. What's the football player? Some player was involved in buying the old stock or something. Was it Aaron Rodgers, right? Do you remember that? Do you remember that lie? Do you remember that fucking lie? Let's see if we can get a clip of that. Bear me 1 second. Let's see if I can get a clip of that. I wanna see if I can get a clip of the fucking Aaron Rodgers lie. That was fucking brilliant. That one. Aaron Rodgers is gonna fucking buy Tfatk, and that completely went nowhere, didn't it? Let's see. Aaron Rodgers is somewhere here, right? Let me just write Rodgers. Let's see, maybe that'll come if I just write Rodgers. Bear me 1 second here. Mr. Rodgers. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if I've got the right one. But this might be some of the right ones here. Mr. Rodgers, a sniper. What's this one about?
This is one of the biggest mysteries surrounding this fight. Almost as big as, was, you know, Mr. Rodgers actually a sniper or not? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out.
I have heard it a few different ways. To be fair, you two are getting me in so much trouble.
I just
right
don't
now.
know. It's like, did he have tattoos or did he not?
I don't know.
Mr. Rodgers. So yeah, I remember that. Aaron's my boy. Aaron's my boy, and they don't follow each other, right? Or he doesn't follow him. Of course, Aaron's my boy. How'd the business project with Papa go? There you go. Tfatk proper 12. Exactly. Hell, why didn't you response to Aaron Rodgers' interview? No, where is it? There you go. Here. Maybe it's this clip. Maybe it's this clip here.
Green's the color of geniuses. You know that?
I did not know that.
Yep.
I like your Aaron Rodgers.
Thank you, sir. I'm a fan.
You just get this.
What? Do you remember that era? What do you think about that era, guys? What do you think about that era? The football jersey era. Every week a different football jersey, a different football team or whatever, sports team that he was fucking bandwagoning. You know, a different, whoever was in the news, whoever was doing something, he would buy the jersey and wear it. And like, oh my god, this is the most insufferable era. He was a fan of every fucking team, every franchise.
What's his suspension?
I think he's back next
They
week.
lost, right?
Yeah, which is good for him.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, bitches.
That quarterback was
keep
like, oh,
suspending
boy.
me. Oh yeah, yeah. Love the backup.
This is not expected.
And it's funny to me that if you turn,
I think next week, suspension not expected, but Rodgers back. Completely wrong. I love it.
that if you turn to ESPN or Fox, not so much Fox, but really ESPN, they're all shitting on Aaron Rodgers. And then, you know, Odell Beckham got cut from the Browns and he's looking for a new home. Obviously, with Aaron Rodgers, you know, he's such a beast. He'd be a perfect fit.
Yo, big up Wingers. 2 days to try Patreon drop. We'll link you if you want to watch it. No. We'll allow watching 2 days to try Patreon. You know what I mean? I do enough stealing of his content with his main channel. We'll allow the Patreon. Watch that yourself if you want to, but allow it. I won't do that. I won't do that on stream. Big up Wingers. I appreciate you, brother.
But the commentators on ESPN are like, no, it's not going to work out if you were to go to Green. So they're trying to sway, you know, the public from, you know, campaigning for Odell Beckham to go to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Because if you went there, it'd be
sick.
They'd be super.
So Odell Beckham is still a bad.
I don't have the lie, man. The lie's not here. Fuck. The lie's not here. Anyway, I had it somewhere. I didn't know I did have it. I don't know where it is. Was it Brendan Whiskey Aaron Rodgers? Let's see. Someone must have the clip, right? How that business project go? Oh yeah. See, I've got a clip that I made on my channel, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, there we go. There we go. From Unique. We got Unique.
Brendan Shaw. Why?
I wish I could. It's been since 09.
Yeah, you're
but
quick.
Congratulations.
No, I want
to though. Congratulations. Yeah. No, I gave it up because I wanted to live.
No, I have to stop because I like breathing.
Yeah, there's
so
just something about it. Something about turning yellow and
Boy, we opposite. I sell whiskey. So
do you?
Yeah, I have my own whiskey. Yeah.
Good for you. That's dope.
Yeah.
So do you like? Did you find a company that kept it underneath my car seat? I like to brew my own, you know, in the summer heat.
What were you saying, brother?
So, did you work with a company that already had like an established distillery and or do you, like start from scratch? Like how does it
Start
work?
from scratch. Yeah, it's like the first to market. It's the first to market Japanese blended whiskey with American bourbon. Wow. That's why I was with Aaron and.
First to market, my fucking. It just doesn't even sound like it's true. Even if it is true, just coming from his mouth, it doesn't sound like it's true. I don't care what anyone says. The first to market Irish. Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right.
Aubrey, because they're going to get involved in the whiskey.
Yeah, very cool.
It's cool.
Good for you. What's it called?
Tiger Thick Whiskey.
Tiger Thick.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like that name.
Yeah.
Tiger Thick.
Speaking of thick,
Let's do this game.
This
First to market. First to market. Ay, 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 ay. Anyway, let's go back to the Reddit. We did that. Let's see this one. What's that? See, why is Bappa like this? What chance do the Chombies have? Little Rogers in the making. Yeah.
Tennis live longer than anybody else. Racket sports. That's because they're rich.
Yes, correct.
That's not because they play tennis.
No,
it's because when you can afford tennis, you got money, good
It's a super
nutrition,
privileged, white,
less stress,
rich sport.
Yeah.
If my son was like down and played tennis, I'm like, yo, he's gay. Like it's just not. It's just where I come from and the people I know. It's just not a thing.
No.
If my son was like, Dad, I want to play tennis or golf, I'm like, fuck, he sucks dick.
No. Please don't say that though.
If you have like young boys, like 9, is like none of them are going. I'll take the tennis.
No,
racket.
if he's hold on. He doesn't say I'll take the tennis racket. Don't say it like that. Dad, it's the same footwork as boxing. I want to play some tennis.
Let's say they didn't do boxing.
Dad.
But I don't want to get punched in the face.
I don't want to get punched in the face.
Yeah. I'd rather hold that shaft and hit balls. Right?
No, bro.
How gay is it?
No, it's not, dude. Please.
Idiotic, really. And again, I don't, like I said the other day, I don't get the whole like rich privileged thing. They're rich and privileged. Like they're definitely in the 1 to 5% themselves. It's like your kids are not growing up in the hood, you know? Your kids grow up like I don't think his kids have ever seen a regular house not behind a gate. You know, they've lived in fucking private communities behind walls and gates their entire lives. They're not going to public school in Texas, but they've been going to private schools. You know, that's the only thing they've known, private fucking schools. So it's weird how he talks about everyone else being rich and privileged. It's like, no, you're just as rich and privileged. Maybe they fell off a bit and they can't afford some of the things they did before, but they're still just as rich and privileged. And for me, I just think as well, when it comes to sports, kids at that age, Tiger's what, 9? He should be playing every single sport, regardless of if Brendan thinks one sport is more homosexual than the other. To be a well-rounded fucking, you know, person, to be a well-rounded athlete, you're better off playing all sports and just fucking around than having these fucking rigid opinions on certain things. Like you can develop those rigid opinions and those cynical ideas when you're older. But when you're young, you should just be free to just play whatever because your friends are playing and you want to hang out with your friends. Simple as that, really. But hey, what do I know? They're launching a Patreon because they're in Texas.
What would they do? That also reminds me that we're launching Patreon next week. So this is for the hardcores. It's for the fans. We can engage. We'll do
hardcores.
Q&As on there. You get 2 shows every month, ad free. Ad free. Listen, we're well aware how many ads. That's just the lay of the land now in podcasting. You listen to Rogan, you listen to whatever show you listen to. There's just so many more ads.
Yeah.
These companies got involved. It's just the way podcasting works. We're very familiar with the mass amounts of ads.
We're very familiar. So basically he's saying to you, all the fans that keep complaining about ads, shut the fuck up. Stop emailing us about ads. If you want episodes with no ads, pay £5 a month. You have to be a real fan to put up with that. Like you have to be a real fan to put up with them having no ads and paying £5 a month. Like that's just not worth it at all. But I'm also curious, like, because they buy views, they must know what their actual real views are. So it's interesting to me how they're even doing this in the first place. Because they must surely know they don't have that many fans. And just because you have, even if you have like, let's say their real views are like 5,000 to 10,000 per episode. It doesn't mean all 5,000 or 10,000 of people will pay. You know? It's like putting on a party and sending out fucking invite on social media. Just because you got fucking 10,000 followers doesn't mean you're going to get 10,000 people showing up. You might have fucking 5%, 10% of those people show click attending, but then of those, who actually shows up on the night? Who knows? So I find it weird that they're even going for that, because they must know what their real numbers are. You know, they know what their real numbers are. So why even start a Patreon? Like how thin-skinned, how fucking scared are you of comments and detractors and whatever else it may be, and haters and trolls that you have to do? You have to create this little weird fucking paywall safe space to just, you know. And it's funny because anything that's going to be made on there we'll see anyway, right? Some for sure. Even maybe I will, but for sure some people will definitely be paying for it just to get the content out there and shit. So whatever happens behind that paywall, definitely going to be seen by everybody anyway.
So our idea is to launch this Patreon so you can get ad-free shows. They're going to be extended by 20 to 30 minutes, so you're getting bonus content.
That doesn't sound like a good thing, bro. Regular Tfatk episodes extended by 20 to 30 minutes. I don't think that's a good thing. That sounds like torture to me.
And then
bonus content,
fan questions, and then also behind the scenes.
So fan questions. The videos that did get a lot of good reaction and bumps, and sometimes we had some fun with them on this stream. The Q&A. So the Q&A shows will be behind the paywall. No more Q&A shows for free on YouTube, I guess.
Brian's been wrestling his ass off,
doing jujitsu,
and
grappling, competition grappling,
and he's been doing it in order to beat me. We're gonna see if Brian can beat me on there.
We're literally gonna go over the things I've learned, and Brendan's gonna show how you counter it, and I'm gonna show you how you counter that.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have clips of them wrestling, which we already seen. That standard behind the paywall too. So you're paying for a show that is 20 to 30 minutes long. That's already boring, with no ads. Plus, you're also going to be paying for what? Them wrestling on the ground and shit. Play fine for what? 4 hours? I don't know about that. Let's continue.
And then we'll go live and see if your training's paid off. We'll see how it goes for you.
Can't fucking wait.
That's gonna be great.
Yep.
And then I'll give a tour of my cars, the studio, behind the scenes of the shop, all that.
Jesus Christ, this sounds pretty shit. I'm not gonna lie. A tour of the studio we'd already seen as well, by the way. It's not like he could have held off all this content. He could have held off from posting anything about the quote unquote shop, not made any Instagram stories about the new lift, not showing all of all his cars. But because he's such a show off, he had to show it anyway. But he should have kept it, you know, hush. So then when the Patreon did launch, there'll be a reason for you to fucking sign up for the Patreon, you know? Let's be real. Let's be fucking real. Because you've seen everything.
That stuff. And that's every month you're getting that bonus content. It's $5 a month. $5. So
it's 3 to 5 or is it 5?
Just $5. Okay. $5. So skip one day at Starbucks.
No, thank you. Starbucks is obviously worth way more than $5. And it's much better.
And that covers you ad-free, firing the kid, bonus content. This is for the hardcores. This is for you guys. We're well aware of
the army,
the mass amounts of ads. Yes.
Yeah.
The mass amount of ads. So and I guess he's trying to act like all the big shows do it. No, you're only doing it because you want money. You could easily not have ads on there and just run off AdSense, but you want the ads because they pay you a lot of money, which makes sense. But let's just be honest about it. Let's not act. Oh, we just have to do it to keep the light. Like, don't they say? Wasn't Brendan the one to say that he doesn't do the show for money anyway? So if he doesn't do it for money, why you got so many ads?
We should have done a Patreon a long time ago.
We should have.
But we're finally doing it. We can commit to it out here in Texas. And that will be
you can commit to in Texas. How does that work? Or do you mean because their careers have gone down the shit and they don't have much more to do? They don't have much else to do, so they can do the Patreon. They can commit to it because they don't really have many other plans. That's fucking hilarious, man. That really is. They had to move to what? Another place, and then yeah, now all of a sudden they're fucking fired to go to Hana. Shut up.
Next week. We'll be promoting all week.
Hold on. What's up with that watch?
What about it?
Who makes that?
Jackson. It's my boy.
Yeah. Weird, isn't it? Weird time to launch it, to be fair. Feels a bit rushed, feels a bit all over the place. But I'm curious to see how it plays out. I'm really curious to see how it will play out. Talking about straight up okay, let's go quickly on their Instagram actually before I go a bounce. Let's go on the Instagram. What have I missed out on here? Anything on the Instagram? Cool. Pictures of them with the kid out on the boat a lot now, it seems like. What's Brian Callen been up to? Obviously taking clips. He posts more stuff about his own pod than he does about fucking anything else, to be fair, which is absolutely funny. Cool. Oh, what's this? What the fuck is this? Timmy No Breaks may have taken me out last week, but the show will go on. Catch acting off tomorrow live on Sunset. Jesus. Okay, let's watch this a bit.
As I stab you.
Bro. What's up, gay guy?
Not a lot, bro. Not a lot, man. You're a funny guy, man. I'm good. I'm good. You see, you gotta stop calling people gay, all right? It's all fun and games. See, you get a belly full of... What the... Did you come, man? I did. I'm so ashamed. Don't tell my kids.
Wow, give it up. You never know what you're gonna get.
How well you die as I stab.
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. Big up Tedju, my buddy's other mouse. Big up Tedju. Oh, that was fucking horrendous, by the way. But big up Tedju, my buddy's other mouse spaghetti is fucking crazy. Bigo or Bigate. Bigo. Let's do some other Instagrams. Who else? Let's see what's Joanna been up to. What's they been up to with the kids? I guess, right? What they've been up to with the kids? Playing on the lake. Cool. Obviously we got cool. I guess playing on the lakes. Cool. Enjoy, I guess. Cool. Chin. Nothing with Chin. We don't get any stories from Chin anymore. Chin's generally depressed, isn't it? We don't get no stories from Chin no more. We don't get any stories from Chin. Chin looks like he's not enjoying himself out there. We don't get any stories with Chin. No more Chin stories, it seems like. IG stories are gone. I don't think he's having a good time anymore out there. Chin's not having a good old time, unfortunately. And I think that might be it for now. Let's go double check the Instagram story. Sorry, the Reddit. Anything else I've missed there? SYKO's doing Rampage. I plan to stream together. Hope this isn't true, by the way. Hope this isn't true. Hope there isn't a stream with SYKO Stu and Rampage Jackson. He should avoid that family like the fucking plague. Keep them at fucking arm's length. 10-foot pole. Just focus on your recovery, bro. Sue the fuck out of them. Hope Raja gets arrested and go from there. Not much filming. Pepper filming doing socials. Cool. That hair is fucking trouble, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Yep. Seriously though, who cleans that?
They have lunch with their family.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get why there's not just a simple trash can next to him. You can easily just throw the shit in there. Because they don't have a cleaner, for sure. Or maybe they do hire a cleaner, I don't know. But I'd imagine there's not usually a cleaner that cleans the storage units, because they're just storage units for most people. So yeah, what a brutal job, I'd imagine. All the shit these places have in them. And then yeah, that's it for now. That's it for now, brother. No, this is it. Have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen this? Big up Luke Thomas. Big up Luke Thomas. Big up Blood Clot Luke Thomas. And big up the person that asked this question. This is a fucking brilliant question. Big up Luke Thomas and big up the person who super chatted this. Brilliant stuff.
Carnage says, would you rather watch a 1 hour special of Bert Kreischer or 1 hour politics talk with Ben Shapiro? 1 hour with Ben Shapiro. Dude, I'd rather watch my family get murdered. Look at me.
Jesus
I'd rather watch
Christ.
my family get murdered than watch 30 seconds of Bert Kreischer. He's a talentless oaf. Never said a funny thing in his life. He's got
Holy
one story that he
shit.
tells over and over, and it's not interesting.
Oh my god. Big up Luke Thomas. Tell us how you really feel, bro. Tell us how you really feel. Oh, I love how much he hates Bert Kreischer, man. I love how much he hates Bert Kreischer. Oh my god, bro. That was fucking brutal. That was fucking brilliant. I love it. I hope Bert sees that one day and tries to respond to it. I don't even know who he is. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Big up Luke Thomas. Big up Luke Thomas. Any people? I got to bounce. It's 5 a.m. here in London. I've got to leave. 5 a.m. in London town. I got to bounce. Thank you for chilling. Day 4 of 31. I'll see you guys again tomorrow for day 5 of 31. There'll be a Taz later on today as well. So keep an eye out for that. Timestamps will be added right after I finish. I'm just gonna clack the timestamps now. I also need to add some clips to the channel, so keep an eye out for those. Of course, subscribe to the channel, become a member to the channel. We're trying to hit 500 members by the end of the 31 days. I'd be greatly appreciated if you could do so. The Patreon's popping, so make sure you jump over there. There'll be new stuff going on the Patreon throughout this week, so check that out. I'm going to be uploading on the Patreon, I think, every day basically throughout this week as well. So make sure you jump on the Patreon. $1 on the Patreon to access the entire archive of all the stuff I have ever uploaded on fucking Patreon. So jump in and get into it. And that's really about it for the most part, man. Really about it for the most part. Thank you as always. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow. But for now, peace.